boom. There it is. As you can see, as I said, it would be like nothing ever happened. For me, it really is. So the mini stream earlier, I fell asleep. I've woken up. I've washed my face. I've brushed my teeth. And now here I am. And we're going to do this. I don't know how long, because today's a really busy day for me. So I don't know how long I can do here to hit our quota of having finished this stream. I might get a random phone call in the middle of it, and we'll see what we can do. But we're going to carry on with the thief. We're going to pretend that this is all the same stream. It's just the minor little gap. So it's now Saturday, 5 to 9 in the morning. I have raw slept through all of this. So we will see. I'm going to go get some coffee. I'm going to go do the intro. This is the first potatoes for breakfast in a long time. A long time. Yeah, I did sleep, Steve McGee. Welcome, Dusty, as well. I just tweeted you, Dusty. As you guys can see there, that we got the new rules. We'll talk about all of that in a second. I'm getting some coffee, though. So, yeah, I'll see you all soon. I have no idea what the viewership will be here. For some reason, on this one, I feel like no one's going to be around. Just because it is so early, really. But, yeah, it's 4 a.m. on the East Coast. It's, what, midnight for West Coast? Maybe we'll get some West Coast people. I don't know. I'm often up at midnight, so maybe some people on the West Coast are going to be up. Is it OCX time zones as well? It's like OCX Prime, isn't it, at the moment? So maybe something like that. Anyway, I think I've been seeing some PvPers, OCX PvPers, when I play around these hours. But yeah, we're going to be doing Merciless, and I will see you all very soon. It's good to see you, Shinoxel. It won't take me long to get the coffee. It's freezing cold in the house as well right now, so I've got to get the heating on. And I will see you all very, very soon. Alrighty then. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, everyone. Dusty says, what if I told you I don't drink coffee and I have to wake up at 6 a.m. every day? Well, here's the thing, Dusty. I think if you don't ever drink or ingest caffeine, basically, you sort of don't need it. Ever, really. It's not difficult. It's people that... And if you drink it, like, all the time, you become dependent on it. But you're also then just totally normal. The weird one is when people drink a lot of it and then they suddenly go off it. That's when they start feeling like they need it to get up in the morning and stuff. Obviously, the best position to be in is to never drink it, I think, because then you get to have a bit of a caffeine buzz every now and then when you have a single cup. But only after you've weaned yourself up. Or you say you do drink, you've become dependent. What? You don't drink coffee, but you became... Oh, you're just throwing kappas everywhere. Okay, yeah, I just yawned, yeah, because I just woke up, literally. That's a freshening, waking up yawn of the morn. Well, what a little rhyme we just had there. All right, so check this out. Okay, what we got? Oh, hold on, my desktop audio is going as well, and I can't even hear it right now. So I hope that's the login screen you can hear. Anyway, so we got the new panels here from Dusty. Look really good. We got the glow going under the text. We got the new script that I mocked up. I did suggest to do 2 panels for the small allowances section at the end, just to avoid wall of text feeling. But I guess Dusty didn't want to find more art for it or whatever, and that's perfectly fine. That's perfectly up to them. We've still got the little icons. The text is a bit smaller. It's all safely within the bounds of the border here. So yeah, I think it's really good. Guild or 2 Merciless challenge. No dodge, no armor, no heal, no consumables, no loot is what it's now called. So it's like, if anyone's ever done challenge runs for Final Fantasy X, it's a lot like that, right? So it's just small this, small that, small this, small this, small this. This is randomized as well, I've noticed here, actually, the order that it's doing this. So if I run this way and we go image, I can just scroll through for you all. Okay, so yeah, no dodge. I'll be quite quick with this one. No dodge, no armor, no heal, no consumables, no over leveling. That's the only weird sounding rule, but there's no concise word, I think anyway, in my vocabulary that is quicker for that. But also makes sense. No loot, solo, permadeath, and then as optional you can do it with accelerated leveling. So very quick, the goal of Merciless is to beat the Elder Dragon of Death at the end of the personal story, while the run is technically won with the death of Zaitan on the Glory of Tyria. Players are encouraged to then attempt Living World Season 1, 2, Heart of Thorns, and beyond to see how long they may survive. Nothing flagged up as weird there. No dodging! We've got the skill, we got the dodge bar represented there, not able to press, but lightning reflexes are okay. What's that other skill? Is that pistol whip, is it? I'm so unfamiliar with the pistol whip. Is that pistol whip? Anyway, the player is incapable of using their dodge keybind, nor are they allowed to click the UI or any other method to perform a dodge roll. Importantly, however, evades tied to class abilities are permitted. Even a trait represented there. What evade is that on that trait? Anyway, very nice. No armor. The player is incapable of equipping any gear that provides a defense attribute. This means the following gear slots: head armor, this includes aqua breathers, shoulder armor, chest armor, hand armor, leg armor, foot armor. Note that shields are permitted for provide defense but are permitted for use. That's nice. No heal. The skill 6 represented there, you cannot click, but a healing signet is okay. F2 is okay. Geyser is okay. The elite signet from Guardian is okay. I think that's new there. Dusty's added the trait adrenal healing again, which is what I think that is okay. The player is incapable of activating their heal skill. This is considered the ability assigned to the 6th slot on a player's skill bar. Passive effects gained from the skill, such as signets, are allowed. Healing through any other method, such as weapon skills or traits, are allowed. Now, if I'm going to continue being picky over these, the next thing that I've just thought of is we should really just add the Guardian heal kit F1 on there so that people immediately know. Do you know what I mean? Because it's the one thing everyone's always going to ask about. But then, if it's not that, they'll probably be asking about something else, so I don't know. Anyway, like I said, that's just picky. That's not actually important. No consumables. The player is unable to gain the... So this is different. Before, this was called walletless, and it was you can't spend currency and you can't blah, blah, blah. We've got rid of that. That's gone. No, I'm not ill. It's just that I've just woken up. It's the same challenge. The challenge is exactly the same, okay? But the way that the rules are written is refined to be more clear and to stop people being scared of so many things. So before we said you can't spend any currencies, which leads rise to exceptions to that rule, such as, oh, but you can transmute. Oh, but you can, and then maybe even people might ask about dying afterwards. Or, oh, you can spend gold when it's on waypoints. Or, oh, you can spend gold when it's on a salvage kit, right? Or to clear your inventory, or, yeah, and all this kind of stuff. So we're not worrying about that. We're just calling it, oh, sorry, I'm wrong anyway. That's a different panel I'm talking about. But, so we have changed that, and you'll see that in a second. Part of that, anyway, is no consumables. So the player is unable to gain the benefit from any item that is a consumable. This includes nourishment effects from foods, enhancement effects from oils, crystals, and stones, bags of loot from personal story rewards. I almost want that written in red because that's really important. Boosters from personal story rewards, summon items such as fire elemental powder, and more. Consuming luck to clear inventory space is permitted. Blackline keys that you acquire may not be used, but can be deposited to the player's bank if they so desire. It might be unnecessary, the last rule about the blackline chests. But yeah, they've got the icon there for the experimental rifle as well, which I think is really beautiful. Moving on, we've got no over leveling. When new story, so this is rewritten as well. This is refined even more. This is less of a wall of text than it used to be. It's clearer. So check this out. When new story journal content unlocks, players must attempt to complete it immediately. If the player attains a full combat level before doing this, the run is over. So let's say you just hit level 30. You have until level 31 to start it, but for level 30, you can do whatever you want. When it unlocks, the player must complete it immediately, but you get a level's leeway, all right? It's when you get a full level, that's when it's considered a failed run. When I say immediately, I mean don't go all the way up to level 70 to complete your first stuff, yeah? Levels gained unintentionally during story steps are to be expected and don't fail the run. However, at no point should the player find themselves 3 full levels over their story journal recommendation or the run is over. Now, on that little bit, there is a section of the story, I think, that is so long, you might actually go 4 levels higher, and that's the Claw Island arc. If that ends up happening casually to myself during any run, or if I catch him, Jabro's in chat, what, Jabro's doing a run. Nice to see you in there, by the way, dude. Maybe I'll change that to 4 levels, but I'm pretty sure 3 levels is fine. And then next it just says, players must complete all story steps consecutively until none remain. You can't just start it and then bugger off. You got to do all of them, the whole chapter. During this time, they may not use traits, skills, or weapon slots that unlock at a higher level than the story steps themselves did. Yeah? So if I'm on level 10 story, and during level 10 story, I hit level 11, and that unlocks my utility skills and skill wheels and all that stuff, that doesn't mean I can then go spend my hero points and do that. You have to wait until level 20. If I'm just hit level 30, if I'm doing the level 30 chapter and I unlock my level 31 elite skill, that doesn't. You have to wait. Yeah. Next, once a player enters a story instance, they may only leave it by beating the instance. Going out of bounds or using character select fails the run. That last rule there really doesn't actually have anything to do with over leveling. But since over-leveling is all talking about personal story, I bunged it in there, and hopefully it feels natural. So, shh. But I think that works. I think that's fine. I'm not adding a whole page just to that. No leaving rule. But essentially that is what that is. That's a no leaving rule. Next. Okay, so here's the no loot thing. Remember, it used to say walletless now, and it was you can't spend any currencies. Now you can spend currencies. All currencies are fine. However, no loot. The player is only allowed to claim level up reward. The player is not allowed to claim any level up reward items until the run's over. The player may not equip any gear that might drop during the run. Neither may they purchase or craft their own gear by any means. So you can spend currencies, but you cannot purchase or craft your own gear or equip it. All right. The player can only equip gear that is directly offered as a reward from story steps. So that's it. You can do whatever you want with any of your currencies. You can buy salvage kits. You can do what you want, but you can only equip gear that is directly offered as a reward from story steps. Very clear. And again, I almost want that written in red there because that's actually the really important thing. So you can only equip gear that's directly offered as rewards from story steps. This does not include the bag of loot reward, which is considered a consumable and thus cannot be opened. And the consumable weapon containers from story journals, however, are permitted, all right? So how clear does that all seem, guys? No, it's not an extra stream. I've just got a ton of stuff going on, so I'm squeezing out a tiny mini stream that no one knows about. It's got no advertising. It's at a completely weird hour of the day before I start mine, really. It's 8:30 in the morning. And, well, it's 9 now. And, yeah, I'm just charging through this here. So anyway, there you go. That's the change to the rule, yeah? So hopefully that's clear. I don't really have any feedback in chat there on that. But, yeah. All right, so moving on, we got solo. The player must complete Merciless alone without assistance of players or characters or items on their own account. This includes no parties or squads, no trading posts or banking, no item mailing, no teleporting to friends, no gem store lounge passes or teleporting items. That's new, and I've added that in just to be clear. No collecting home instance resources, and so on. In the open world, other player assistance cannot be stopped and thus is allowed. But the open world doesn't matter in this challenge. And then there you go, that's it. Permadeath, should the player become defeated, the run is over. Do you see how we have that written in red there, Dusty? That's kind of what I mean for the other bits. You know, we can accent a very important part of the rule set in red. I don't know. So then there were some slight changes here as well. I just added some extra stuff. This I wanted to split into 2 panels, but it's all here. So these are just the small allowances. These are the things you can do, just to be clear. All masteries. Well done refining that down there, dude, by the way. Gliders and mounts. Bonuses from guild repping and guild taverns are permitted, but banners and bonfires can't be used. Shared inventory slot. I don't know whether I like that bit there. Maybe that's unnecessary, and I don't like it written there because what it does is this is a page about allowances, and we've got written there another thing you can't do, which is weird. And it makes sense to pair the thing you can't do with the thing you can do, but it's just a bit odd, and it's not that important, is it really? Anymore. Since everyone can spend any currencies and stuff, maybe we should just ignore that. I don't know. Anyway, shared inventory slots, as long as no other rule is broken, are okay. Purely cosmetic features such as toys, tonics, minis, outfits, dyes can all be used. Item salvaging and item upgrading is permitted. Remember, item upgrading is fine. You can use gems, you can use marks, talismans, you can use sigils, you can use that stuff. Not runes, obviously, because you don't get any armor, but yeah. Passive account bonuses from achievement points are permitted. Transmutation is permitted. Waypointing is permitted. Racial abilities are permitted. The Signet of Agony at level 80 is permitted. All of that stuff's okay, and people keep asking those questions, so why not just add it in there? And then finally, we've got the optional page where if you want, you can do a tome run. Before the run begins, a player is allowed to take tomes of knowledge from their bank and put them in a shared inventory slot. These tomes may be used at the player's discretion to instantly level up and either supplement or entirely bypass the relatively risk-free and slow open-world content. Even with using tomes of knowledge, the player is still not allowed to overlevel their current story steps, journal step, or the run is voided. I'll also note there's a bit of inconsistency. On this page, we call them shared inventory slots, and on this page, we call them account inventory slots. So, I mean, if we're going to be ultra-professionals about it, we might want to change that. But there you go, guys. All right, so that is the thing. Let's change the potato camera. Was this what we were using last night for the sleepy, vaguely tipsy half-an-hour run? Jesus. It's dog cam time, baby. Dog cam. All right, good. Oof. And I guess we'll log in. Let me just check chat, because I haven't for ages. Do we even have anyone here? All right, so hello. Yeah, dagger skill 3. By the way, I said something. I'll tell you that actually in a second. You've got a big box of chocolate. Really? What, like chocolate liqueurs? Hey, Jeb, it's 1 a.m., dude, and you're still up checking it out? It's good to see you. No, I'm not ill. I've just woken up. That's all it is. I just woke up. Fiaro says, I was just catching your stream from Thursday, but live is better, I suppose. Welcome, man. If you've got any questions, Q&A, interaction, go for it. Take advantage of the fact it's live. Danger Girl UK says, I stayed up in the PvP. Took me a while to find that weapon container. Oh yeah, you probably had to dig through wiki, didn't you? I actually when I was making sure that I knew what it was, I asked Jebro to ping it randomly on his stream the other day. What's the fucking point of doing this? Suffer? You sound like a fun Grinch, Grand Kraken. It's just for fun, man. It's just to challenge yourself. Hey, Jules. I just randomly stumbled upon it. Welcome. 4 a.m. Listen, the people who are NA right now and are watching this, you're my kind of people. You're like, because I frequently find myself up at those hours of the day, frequently, and I'm always feeling bad about it. But there you go. I will happily be your distraction during these hours. You guys can watch me while you're having your baths. You can watch me while you're laying in bed, trying to get yourself to sleep. Run Flux is my recommendation, by the way. It'll help your eyes out. And yeah, Jebro's right. He just said, to be honest, it's really good for streaming. I made this originally about... Well, no. Well, actually, yeah. When I very first started streaming, I wanted to do different stuff and special stuff. I didn't just want to be streaming guild missions or random achievements or just all that samey things that nobody was watching on, because people don't like watching MMOs. People don't like watching other people's account progression. I wanted to do something like this, so it was always this kind of stream was something I always wanted to be my preferred kind of stream. But very specifically Merciless, because we had a big break from it from a long time. But Merciless I very specifically made X months ago. What was it, 9 months ago now, something like that, because we were done with our Zero to Hero challenge. And I knew it would be good for streaming. So, like, he is right. It's very much a streaming thing. Lots of interaction, yeah. Buildcraft's good. And people get, like, invested in the character. Mostly when I'm on Twitch, I watch streams like this, and I watch speedruns, and I watch stuff like that. Yeah, I watch you while I'm in the bath, dude. And tea time in the bath. Has my dog ever eaten one of the potatoes? Your dog would eat a raw potato? No, dude. You might think that that food is there as bait to stop it from doing it, but that's not true. All right. What's it chewing on? It's like one of those. It's a rawhide. It's a rawhide chew toy. I can't hear the game myself right now. I can see that you guys can hear it, but I can't. So let's just have a quick look here. What am I on? I'm on the audio engine. Did I restart my PC? My PC's got a weird thing where I have to double restart it. Maybe it's just quiet. Oh, let me try and turn it up. No, I can't hear it. Sorry, we're gonna have to change it into my my thingy here. Playback. Let's go into that, shall we? All right. Well, that works. There we go. Okay, beauty. Beauty, 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 beauty. Where am I at the moment? Time zone. I'm in the UK. You just finished Grimrock 1 and you're now on Grimrock 2. I actually noticed on our subreddit, somebody has told me that they have found a game that's like Grimrock, which I think is pretty curious. Oh, Lily! Oh my god, we had 2 things go on there. Okay, Lily says, why are you streaming at 1 AM on my birthday? Take your money and let me sleep. 21, by the way. Woo! Ah, happy 21st. That's wait, where are you from, Lily? That could be a big one if you're from the States, right? Congratulations! And it's good to see you. Thanks so much for that donation. That's so lovely of you. And Neon Udel Weiss. It's good to see you as well for 3 months. Thank you very much. Cheers, guys. That's badass. Yeah, you get some new emotes. Jebro showing them off there. Tato Hypes. I called them account inventory slots, but you changed it to say shared inventory slots. I think you misread it. Oh, nice. If you changed it, good job, dude. Well done. Well done. That's some good little meticulous little detail there. I will get you your gems very soon, dude. Seriously. Oh, so California. So yeah, you now in the eyes of the law, you can drink, right? You're no longer a child. It takes to 21 for that to be true in the US, but there you go. Enjoy. Okay, so yesterday we did start this for half an hour before I was way, way, way too out of it to keep going. Wait, you guys can't hear it? What's going on here? Seriously. What is going on with my audio for realsies right now? Let me just check something. Sorry about this, guys. Sorry, hold on 1 second. Device. If I just go this one. Wait, is this working now? No, that's the only one that's not working. Alright, there you go. Alright, we're good. Finally, we're good. We're good. We're good. I just wanted us both to hear it. Alright, so yeah, we're playing no fog. So we can see really far. Extra view distance. And we're just going to be progressing through the human stuff, which you guys voted on. A couple more votes coming very soon. I think we get to decide what we do when that guy's issued the subpoena in a second. We have nothing so far except our DD and our DP. So if I'm quite smart, knowing how strong this ability is now with the Torment, the Dancing Dagger, we can actually swap between the two quite convincingly, I think. And we can do some fun stuff there. We've got to get away from that waterworks. That's really loud, man. So we can do some fun things there. Hopefully we'll get a pistol. I guess you don't get pistol till chapter 4. So the really, really powerful PP stuff, we're not going to be able to enjoy for ages, which I actually really like. I swear we got one as a quest reward, but maybe they only unlock as quest rewards once you found other weapons or something. Maybe the game does something like that. Maybe there's some mechanic there that I don't understand, but I'm pretty sure that's not a thing. So yeah, we do an escort first, I believe. Essentially the same as the open world thing that they've just repurposed, retooled here. We are a pirate. We did already vote on the pirate outfit, but maybe we can vote on some dyes and things in just a second. And yeah, so another thing that was really stupid that I said before was I pointed out that cloak and I was talking about cloak and dagger and like how it just feels a bit weird. Dagger offhand at the moment feels odd with its, you know, sort of mix of power and Condi, and the stupid thing I said was, oh, people aren't really using cloak and dagger too much anyway, which is a bit foolish because there are a load of SD thieves running around in PvP at the moment. After a couple of nerfs, like the endurance nerf on the snake dodge for when you cleanse immob and stuff, there have been a few little changes. You know, I don't think I've ever really ran up here. It's really strange. That people are running it. And I guess the utility from Dancing Dagger is just nice nonetheless. But yeah, alright, Sin. Je suis. We'll actually put a, we'll let him speak for a second in a moment. This guy sounds like Logan almost. French Sin First Rise sounds like Logan. Dusty says, I couldn't do 2 small allowance images because I ran out of similar art style and it would be weird if there was a random image. Oh, did you really? That's season 3 art that you're looking at there, aren't you? That's fair enough. They're like the cover art pieces from the releases. The other thing I was kind of interested in that I was going to tell you is you could change some of the art to be more fitting to the rule it represents. So like on my original slides, I had... Oh, sorry, guys. I have TweetDeck up. On my original slides, I had... like the leveling screen had the fan art I had of Liz reading a book. So like you could have like the blue art from Bitterfrost Frontier or whatever being on the no heal skill, and I don't know though, it's like such a stupid little thing. There's loads of little things we could get picky with. I guess that, you know, you got to learn the time to stop. That's my problem always, learning the time to stop. I don't anticipate there being anything difficult here whatsoever, by the way, because they're just going to aggro on the ball. This is like playing Char. They'll just aggro on your warband or whatever else. And if they don't, I can break aggro with stealth on a thief, and then they'll just retarget. So it's pretty easy, really, here. Oh my god, that coffee's amazing. Damn. Oh, I'm going to get some serious morning breath from this, but it's so good. Or coffee breath, I should say. Wait, oh dear, high horse. What am I high horsing on? I should talk to Welk about updating that one as well, because that's such a good... We should do... High horse is used so much, I should split it into like a double emote thing, because we've got so many slots we don't use. Yeah, I mean, I get the idea of Torment on it, though. I mean, it does feel nice. And I mean, even from a utility standpoint and from, like, a PvP standpoint, where you're only going to throw that dagger to finish someone off or to cripple them to gap close, even in that situation, the Torment's nice because the Torment adds as a cover condition for the cripple, which is the one that you care about as a power spec. So even then, I think it's fine. I don't know how the Condi cleanse system prioritizes these. But I would guess that both Condis are applied at the same moment, on the same animation, on the same projectile. So my guess would be that it prioritizes cleansing the Torment, right? So maybe you'd be alright. I don't know. So I think that in that situation, it's even useful there as well. It just so happens that in the level chapter 10 stuff, Torment is extreme. Any Condi is really powerful, so it's sort of cheesable for Merciless. Yeah, the horse looks good. I mean, we could maybe do a higher version of it, a high quality version of it or something. It's so cool to look back at my old LPs because you watched so many of them live. Yeah, I mean, one thing that I really am starting to itch for doing Merciless and the whole mirror thing. By the way, Jebra, I talked to you about this on one of your streams. You might not have noticed it. I told you about the mirror, right? The mirror is this. It's playing Guild Wars, but like... in a mirror, totally fresh. It feels like a totally different game. Well, right now it won't because it's all quite symmetrical. But yeah, I'm thinking about... The thing is, I don't know whether I could do an LP in the mirror. That wouldn't really make any sense. But yeah. Alright, so they're sieging us. Oh, we just go out and kill the catapults, don't we? See, PP would be amazing here. I'm a little bit threatened on this one. I've not given you a good demonstration of that there, Jebro, but trust me, it's amazing. It is really amazing. It's very, very, very strange. Man, these are so squishy. Insane. Let's just use 5 and 2 to break, and then we can just fight each. Are they going to come? No, they're not. Good. See, so we can do it this way, and we can make sure we don't even have to aggro anyone. Oh, no, they are still coming. I didn't aggro this group for this catapult, though, which is nice. They should break here, because there's so much more range. No, I'm just a little cheeky little bug on the floor. It's fine. If it does the mirror flip your controls? Yes, it does, but you can work around it by rebinding them and running a mouse inverter. Yes, it looks amazing. Dude, I love how much you're using my emotes. I don't really encourage emote use very, very well because I'm not really much of a streamer. You're like proper falling into it there. Because he viewed Tomb Raider 2013 and Rise of the Tomb Raider gave me 100% completed on hard mode multiple times. Really? Dude, I'm so happy to hear that. I'm happy that those LPs allowed you to dig into those games and like really understand what's great about them. All right, I think we get a choice now, chat. No, we don't. Not just yet. I think Logan gives us the choice. Yeah, they're all potatoes. They are all potatoes. Thing is, the absolute legend that made those for me and helps me out with all that stuff decided, for some ridiculous reason, to have a real life and have this thing called a kid. So it's like now he doesn't have any time. I just don't know. I don't know what to say, you know. So, how dare he? Aside from how dare he, I don't know what to say. Love this tunnel as always. Prettiest area in Guild Wars 2. Hey man, I stopped playing during Heart of Thorns after being burnt out. What do I have to look forward to with the newest content additions? Dude, there's tons. If you haven't played since Heart of Thorns, there's been an enormous amount. So HOT was here, yeah. They added 6 story steps here. And when I say a story step, I mean these are all full releases. Each one of these has, like, I can't show you because I haven't completed them as character, loads of different steps and things to do, obviously, lots of different instances, rewards and things to go for, but every single one also has an entire map dedicated to it. So you see the here on the Fire Island chain, you can go, if you were a Guild Wars 1 player, you can go back to the Fire Island chain in Guild Wars 2 now. There's an entire map here and another one up here where you get to go inside this volcano. They did a patch where you get to return to ore, which was also huge. They did a patch where you can return to Crater, which was amazing. They let us go further north than we ever could before in the Bitterfrost Frontier. There have been a couple of others. There were 6 of those. And then there was an entire expansion called Path of Fire, which added maps that are about twice the size of any map they've ever added before. And instead of like Heart of Thorns, where there were only basically 3, because Dragonstand wasn't a real map, they added 5 of them. The entire Old Crystal Desert is back, except a tiny bit over here. All of the Desolation is back. All of Vabi is back. There's another new guild hall. And a new Living World season just released again, which added Istan. So, like, this is all in Guild Wars 2 now. All of the Nightfall stuff. We haven't been to Corner yet, but that's probably going to be one of the upcoming releases. They progressed the story Kraukatorix here. They've done loads of stuff, dude. The game is, like, completely different to when... Well, systems-wise, the game is the same as when Heart of Thorns came out. It's Elite Specializations. There's 9 new ones of those, and obviously. But there's a ton of stuff. And we just had Halloween, Winter's Day. There's going to be the Lunar New Year coming up. And then we're looking at the next release after that. It's the golden age of Guild Wars 2. In terms of content that's going out, it's the golden age. And it makes me cry a little inside because a lot of players don't realize that. The population should reflect the fact it's the golden age right now. It should be way higher than it was at release because the game knows what it's doing now. But sadly, people haven't got it into their heads that so much cool stuff's going on. They've also released tons of updates and new fractals, new raids that we can go back to the Underworld if you like the hardcore stuff. Again, if you're a Guild Wars 1 player, you can go back to Underworld now. There's loads of stuff. There's loads. Yeah, no worries, Yoda. No worries. It can be hard to figure out with MMOs because they move so fast and so much is happening. I usually do a yearly state of the game. Last year, my state of the game was the Heart of Thorns review, which wasn't really that good because it was too exhaustive. But this year, I will be doing another state of the game, and I'll have all that information there for you. I really will. Yeah, Dragonstand was rubbish. Jebro's fine. All right, guys. So what are we going to do? It's not actually an ambush or a direct attack. It's because the devs made these story steps quite early. So thumbs up there. They still had inspiration at this point. So check it out. What do you want to do? Do you want to go to Zamon's house and try and sneak in and find evidence? Or do we want to be a wallflower at a party? Now, let me just be clear. I'm going to be very blatant to you about this. Because we don't care about story on this playthrough, because we're here for the mechanics and the gameplay, the party's probably going to be a bit lame, because it's just going to be me running around spamming F on people, and it's going to be a bit poop. Alright, I'm not going to know who to speak to, and it's going to be a bit, like, pulling teeth. But Zamon's house could be kind of similar. I haven't done it for a while, though. Zamon's house actually takes you into an area of the Ossen Quarter that you don't get to go to an open world. It's and there's guards and things. There's like a stealth mechanic. So I don't know. If I was doing this, I would easily pick someone's house. But it's up to you. Fastest finger first. All you have to do is tell me what you want to see, and with a code, with a 2-digit code, the first person to type both what they want to see and the code in the same message gets it. And just a word of warning, Dusty is watching, and Dusty wins like every single one of these. So you might want to refresh your stream to reset stream delay. Here we go. The code is 41. The code's 41. Emote for an answer? What do you mean emote for an answer? Oh, dude, instead of giving people codes, I could tell people to post a certain emote with the option. Dude, that would be like amazing. If I was doing this full time, that would be like amazing incentive to make people sub. That'd be hilarious. 13 cake, says Jeb. Cake is not an option. Zamon 41 from Demon Monkey. I guess Dusty's AFK for a second. Oh, that enter is stuck. Dude, that's a good idea. Zamon 41. Alright, so we're doing Zamon's house. Good job there.
Vos nobles compagnons ont un don pour rendre ma vie plus trépidante. Voyons si nous pouvons leur retourner la faveur.
Oh, return the favor. Bon, yes, we will. Alright, boom. Let's get out of there. Thank you, French Logan. Demon Monkey. That's what it looks like your name's supposed to be. How do you want me to say it? D3M0NYK. That's what it's supposed to say, isn't it? Oh, but just maybe Demon Monk? But you got the Y in there. Maybe you need to implement these ideas on your stream. Yeah, I mean, when the voting thing is sort of more for when it started a while ago where chat would move a bit faster, right? Or when I'm playing at a scheduled time, and when, you know, so at that point you can't just say, oh, yes or no, because it quite often feels, you know, difficult to see. So I do fastest finger first. No party for me, the betrayal. Good night, sir. Sorry, Demon Monk. Oh, wait. No party for me, the betrayal? Wait, what do you mean? Oh, sorry. Did you want a birthday party? What, here on stream? What, do you want me to throw like a firework or something? I'm sorry, Lily. And you're going to bed as well. You're quite a responsible 21-year-old to be going to bed at 1 AM. Well, maybe 1 AM is actually quite late. I don't know. All right, we're going to watch the side-by-side here just because I want to listen. This concept art, I'd give like a 3 out of 4 rating. Alright, never mind. I guess there's not a side-by-side. I guess we just go for a stray. Alright, there is combat. Good. Oh my god, he melted. Is that Logan? Hold on. What? He like one-shots them. How is Logan so strong?
Ouvrez l'œil. Il faudra faire vite, mais bien. Si Zamon est réellement un traître, c'est là que nous en trouverons la preuve.
Qu'est-ce qu'on cherche exactement?
Des documents, des lettres suspectes. Tout ce qui pourrait le relier aux attaques des bandits. Gardez l'œil ouvert. Ne négligez rien. Si vous trouvez quelque chose de cassable, cassez-le. Essuyez quelque chose.
I am so manly, yes. Manly Logan. With very much gruff in my voice. It is Zamon's desk. I'm sorry, Demon Monk. Is that how I'm supposed to say your name? I am sorry. And look, see, I would have lost your sub right there. Can you actually cancel a sub just straight up on Twitch? Can you do that? See, look how cool this instance is, by the way. This is like a legitimately really cool instance. And I like this mansion. If I was an eccentric billionaire, this would be one of the places I'd build. You know, what have I said before? I said I'd build Croft Manor. I'd build Cordicus Manor. I'd build this house as well. This house is pretty cool. We need to turn the dialogue down, I think, because it's just a bit much. Ah, je suis. Down we go again. Oh, so I never told you guys, but IRL, I don't want to get too specific, but I was in a very fancy, ancient, old, like, manor house yesterday, and it was very, very, very cool. You know, in games, you know the game Layers of Fear? It was just like Layers of Fear. It was so cool. Really, really thrilling. There's this thing in the UK called the National Trust, which is essentially a charity, but it's so old and long-standing, people sort of don't distinguish it as different from people don't think of it that way. But basically, I've talked about this on stream before. You give them some money, and you get a pass for free parking and entry to a ton of sites of national historical interest in the UK, mostly natural. So like, loads of touristy spots, basically. Loads of them. But there's another version of it as well, which is basically just to visit mansions and old manor houses and sites of, like, royal and barons and baronesses and, you know, wealthy individuals from the 17th, 16th, so on century. And it's incredible. This was a house associated with that. It's so, so, so cool. And it's proper inflamed that in me. I'd love to do documentaries, just traveling the world doing that and showing that to you all. That's what I might be, a YouTube documentary person. Okay, so Power of Vitality. We're going to 160 health here. Now we have to poo or get off the pot, really, with the DD. And I think I'm going to, because short bow is going to be a better escape for us on safety net. Really good instance there. Much quicker than the other one. I'm glad you guys did that. Watch The Crown. It's so good, is it? Hey, Inks. It's good to see you, man. What? This is weird. Look at the people we've got here from streaming at this odd-ass hour. Mind you, Inks, you're pretty consistent nonetheless. I saw your tweet earlier, Inks, that you're looking to do your statuette video. I'm looking forward to that because a lot of people have asked me to comment on that, and I'm not quite sure why because I haven't properly looked at it just yet. So yeah, I'm looking forward to see you tell me what the system is and hand feed me my opinion that I can then go parrot to the masses. No, I want to learn a bit about it, and if you're doing a video on it, then that's going to be a great little thing there, so I am looking forward to it. Alright. So I believe this is... Actually, I can't remember. What is this instance? Also, isn't it true that on this setup, both of these instances change? Oh yeah, this is the trial of Julius Simon. This is the first human stuff I ever did, by the way, ever in the game. It's a really good setup, actually. So you see this closed door. I just want to talk about this for a second. This closed door is only ever closed in this one instance for the game. But if you explore these maps interior 3D, you can actually... see, it's always closed by default. So the open world version of Divinity's Reach, bit of trivia for you all. The open world version, that door is closed, but by script, they open it up. They have a script, basically. They can fire at any point to open or close that, even in regular DR. They just never have. So most players don't realize that that's true. There were a few doors in old LA as well that were very similar to that also. But yeah, it's kind of bizarre to look at, isn't it? One of the fun, weird things that I enjoy out of the personal story. Right, so we're just going to do a lot of standing around here until we fight Zamon. Oh, I did a choice. I chose Thackeray as my hero, but that's fine. It doesn't actually matter here. This is just one of the little decisions you get to make that doesn't really mean anything. And besides, he was one-shotting the ministers before, so maybe he's going to be super OP again. What level is he? We can't see. Alright, so his second is Itel the Unlovable. My second is Thackeray. This might actually be a difficult fight. Zamon is an Ellie, but he's water autoing. If he was air autoing, I'd be really scared because it would bounce through me and Logan. Maybe the devs turned that off though because it could have bounced through the crowd and they didn't want that. I don't know. There's position now that I can actually blind them both with the black powder. So, as always, chapter 10 pretty easy. The best chapter 10 we've experienced so far is the Norn chapter 10 with the Grawl. That was really, really badass. But simple stuff. We get to choose a classification of utility skills in a second. You guys will be able to vote on that again. Never anything interesting from the stills. No point trying to break the bar either, by the way. He doesn't have any key animations we care about, unless he tries to heal when he gets below 50% health. And we have him poisoned anyway from the dagger autos. And it would just take so many headshots. If I get a really good thing that I've stolen from him that I can use to break the bar, we might go for it. because the perma blind does stop it regenerating too much, but I mean Logan's not contributing. Yeah, never mind. We're done. Death by combat, baby. Death by combat, sorry. Freedom by combat. Whatever. You go what I mean. And there we go. Sweet. Yeah, water eyes. I know, right? One of the worst things they could have had him doing. You remember this from the Guild Wars 2 LP? Well, I actually did it twice. I did it in the Let's Play. I also did it in my press beta playthrough that I was not allowed to release because at the time I wasn't official press beta and I wasn't permitted to upload that stuff. It was only years later when the legendary David Ortiz gave me permission to post it. And I actually, when I first started streaming my pre-streams, that screen where it says the stream starts soon, that was actually just showing, that was private screenings of content that I'd made but was never able to upload. So the Dear Esther, not Dear Esther, the, crap, what was that game called? A puzzle game I played with Matt. And also the beta playthroughs, if you guys remember those, it was that. So yeah. All right, anyway. I also have footage of Giganticus Lupicus charging around in Queensdale, which I don't know if I ever showed you guys. Which was also pretty exciting. And again, I'm pretty sure I could get permission to air now, but for many years, wouldn't have been okay. All right, so we're done. All right, now what we're going to do is pick our classification of skill. We've gone deceptions many times. Tricks, I'm still excited about. Deceptions actually have saved me. There have been a couple of tricky instances. It depends what route we snake through the story. This is all quite well balanced, I think, as a human. So there's not going to be any nasty tricks up its sleeve. So maybe we'll be okay, but quite often we've gone deceptions, and it's because Smokescreen's been amazing as a projectile blocker and just blind spam. Shadow Step's been nice as a combat break. Shadow Refuge has been nice. In fact, the Norn that just died on the previous stream would have been okay with Shadow Refuge, but I foolishly de-stealthed myself like a numpty. But tricks, I think, are also pretty nice for haste, just to speed things up a bit. We can roll for initiative. This will be better when we have the double pistols. Much better when we have that, but so far we don't have that. Traps, as ever, aren't very good. Venoms are probably one of the worst classes in the entire game. Signets have got some mediocre usage, but nothing too great. The one nice thing about Signets is you can spam them up quickly, because there's no elite, and they start you with the heal one. So there's very little you can actually get from this wheel, as opposed to, say, Deceptions, where you've got to start with a heal and there's an elite. So yeah, you guys get to choose this. Again, it will be fastest finger first. Name me the classification of utility skills for the level 20 story, which is the next thing we have unlocked in with the code 35. Yeah, Jebro, that is a hard instance. It's funny though, I kind of have memories of all the hard instances, I felt like, but I didn't remember that one being hard, and you got destroyed by it. And that's not to say you were dying because you're bad at the game. That's definitely a hard instance. That's definitely like a more tricky one, where the opposing option, which you eventually did, right, was way easier. So it's an outlier, yeah? Usually I remember the outliers. I couldn't remember that as an outlier, so, you know, I learned something watching your thing there. All right, boom. So the first person there was a troll. So we haven't been trolled for ages, but there you go. It's Dumac. He managed to troll us. So we have to go Venoms, which might mean that this is a dead character now in the long run, because we can't... Because he's made us go these, which are almost entirely useless to us. When we finish the next step, I'm going to want to dump my points into the specialization line. So this is just like, he's set us back 10 levels, basically. He's sort of wasted 10 levels for us. So that's bad for this character. That's put the strain on this character here. Which might counterbalance the fact we're playing human stuff. So of the Venoms... By the way, neither human thing are any good, so we're not going to worry about those. Of the elite, Hounds of Balthazar might be nice. Better than Bassi, so that's fine. Which we're not going to unlock anyway. Of the Venoms, I guess I want Spider, because vulnerability. I'll take Ice Drake for combo with Shortbow. We can pop Ice Drake with cluster bombs and kite away. Devourer is a similar thing, but the chill is just stronger. It lasts longer over a long period of time. So we'll do that. And I guess we'll take Spider just for a tiny bit of damage increase over time. But this is a bit pathetic, really. Because now that we're on the level 20... now we're on chapter 2, it's not actually... Condi has tapered off a bit. So, yeah. Thanks for that, I guess. We got our luck. And I guess we'll just progress through now. So we speak with Logan at the vigil. And here we go. Sorry, what's this? On Rev, no sustain at level 10 and a one-handed mace. Yeah, the other thing as well is Jebra had a really hard... Fun. I love Rev. Dude, I couldn't express it enough in chat. I didn't want to look like a dick that just kept saying it, but I love Rev. I kept wanting to ask your opinion on how much you enjoyed the buildcraft, because the buildcraft is so hard. I know you nailed down on Ventari and Jarlis. Okay, so by the way, guys, very quickly now, the code's 55. Is my sister a Crichton, an Alonan, a Canthan, or an Ascalonian? I don't know whether cosmetically she changes with these two, but basically you can make her black or Asian with these. And hilariously, if you make her, I think it's Canthan, she will race change something like 3 or 4 times throughout the story. If we make it to the tanks in ore, she'll be Asian in these steps, then she'll be like white a little bit later, and she'll be black in the tank. It's amazing. Like it's so bad. This is like one of the most beautiful demonstrations of why this is so broken and needs updating. But there we go, 55. Well, okay, well, Ascalonian says Royal. Okay, so there you go, we're Ascalonian. Nice little choice there. You'll notice as well that the devs didn't even load in the user interface orange triangle icon, which represents the fact this is a story decision. And it's because, very interestingly, when you do the Lost Sister story, that choice you make there, that is a choice within a choice within a choice, which is very rare for the story to ever do. And I think the devs learned very quickly to stop doing that when they were designing the other races, which is why it's kind of only a human thing, because it just got so unwieldy. So there you go. Yeah, Dusty, you're not winning at all here. Oh, you went at 52, actually. You were first. You just typed the wrong code. Yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, the Rev Buildcraft. You honed in on Ventari Jarlis. I'll actually say, and I did that on my first Rev as well, there's some really useful stuff in the other legends, though. Shiro, the super speed, and just having a straight-up dodge roll. Like, literally getting a dodge back, because Shiro has that. And in fact, it's a longer dodge. Is really strong. The Ranger, I can almost get... people might verify this in chat. I don't know whether anyone in chat is here right now that was watching the Ranger and watched me beat on a Ranger. Lightning Reflexes, which again is a similar thing, a utility skill that just gives you a dodge back. Lightning Reflexes saved me several times. You don't quite know how things go in ore just yet, and that's fine, and I don't want to spoil that for you. But having a straight-up dodge was almost crucial for that Ranger. It really was. And Shiro gives you that luxury. Also, just the pressure that Shiro does, I actually think is much more viable and worthwhile than I'd expect. And I think if I replayed a Rev at this point, I might genuinely go Shiro. And not only that, but Malix as well. Malix is super, super strong. Like I said, Unyielding Anguish, that massive leap, really great in combat mobility, that leap. And the chill. Like I said to you, the grenade and mortars on NG. Remember all those instances just really easily invalidating the content and just being able to kite around because they were perma-chilled as you just wandered around doing your thing. Malix lets you do that. It's got baked into the same skill, that chill, and the chill plus the movement for you. Really, 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 really powerful. So you could go like Ventari Malix, which is a really strange idea, but what it would mean is you fight with the safety of the tablet, and then once you're out of energy, you kite into Malix, and you just kite them when they're tormented to hell, chilled to hell. They'll never get to you. And I wonder if Cluster Bomb is the fastest way here. I'm going to try it. We got to kill him quick as well, obviously, before... Okay, this is bad. We got to be careful here. If only I had Deceptions, we could pulse out so many more blinds. We got to kill him before the Lion Guard and stuff die. Yeah, so you get kind of this beautiful swap thing where you're on full kite mode on Malix and they're just slowly walking to you, tormenting, dying. And then you get back into... And also the Malix Elite as well. That isn't just pulsing, torment, and burning if you go the right specializations and stuff. But also, it just buffs all your core attributes. So that's really strong on Merciless, where you don't get many because you have no armor and so few trinkets and things. Like, you never get any accessories. I don't think you realize this yet, but you get 0 accessories throughout the entire run. So Malik's giving you, like, plus... And that scales on your level, not on stats. So what does Malik's end up giving you? 180 to everything? So like, that's really solid too. So all 4 legends, all 4 of them, they're all really good. And you understood fully why Jarlis is so good. Weakness, spam. Weakness is amazing. Glancing blows. Straight up damage reduction on the hammers. Good pressure on Jarlis as well. Amazing stun break. When you get the elite, the stun break, and then take half damage for a while. Not just half damage, but take half damage combined with hammers, like 70% reduced damage, plus a couple of traits, you get even more percentage damage reduction. You get super tanky. It's like getting your armor back. Jarlis with certain trait combos. It's beautiful. I love Rev. Rev is so cool. And the order that you pick things up, it's like the best class. I really do think it's the best class. Plus, the other thing it's got going for it is great, it's great damage, so it's quick. You know, what you're watching here, this tiny, pathetic little cleaving on the thief. A mace Rev right now would just be slaughtering these guys. Cleaving 5 of them once. So nice. But yeah, and you get just so many cool options there. You get so many cool options. I'm really happy you're going Rev, because to me it's super fun. And it gives you a good taste of what it's like not having that NGF one, you know. Yeah, isn't the trait 10% reduced damage at a certain range though, Royal? Isn't it something like that at a certain range? Like when you had the choice of axe offhand, staff, or sword offhand, I actually don't know what I'd pick. One of my more recent revs, I picked sword offhand, but only because it had been retooled and I didn't know what the new sword abilities were. But they were insanely overpowered as well. The blink plus, what, 5 packets of damage or whatever it is on a massive coefficient with chill and slow and stuff on it. It's absurd. Sorry, I should be using scale. It's these 2 for DPS. I'm gonna remove these, and I'm gonna have ice on the far slot. So far, it all seems pretty easy. Nothing out of the ordinary. The thing is, as a human, you're going to be going against a lot of centaurs, and centaurs just aren't threatening. Not until they start using the charged knockdowns, which I should be a bit scared of because I don't have a stun break. Venoms don't give you stun breaks. Venoms is so bad. Honestly, it's so bad. Is the new Thief spec any good with the sniper rifle? It seems interesting, but looks like something that could disappoint from balance patches. So there's 2 ways to play it, really. Alright, we gotta leave. No, we don't have to leave. We just got... There's 2 ways. Some people will play it with the rifle. Because remember, Elite Specialization doesn't have to use the weapon it was born with. The rifle is really good for the gameplay that it is aiming for. It is like a snipey, slow, precise gameplay style. And it works very well. It's extremely well balanced. It's actually way stronger than I would have thought the devs would have ever done. For what it is. But it is what it... The thing is, for PvE, if you're looking at what I'm playing right now, if you're in the open world, that kind of slow, precise setup, score your kill, move on, as well as it does it, it's not really a playstyle that's conducive to the open world. People like to zerg around and kill stuff really quickly and move. So for that reason, it's not that the rifle's bad. It's not that it's not strong. It's not that it doesn't provide what you're looking for. It's just that what you're looking for doesn't line up very well with open world. So the balance team could say, oh, well, let's make it line up with open world then, so that everybody's running rifles. But I actually think that would be a mistake, because what that would do is that would neuter the experience of having a rifle. It would make being a rifle feel like many other ranged weapons that are already in the game. What you want is a unique, specific playstyle, right? I think, anyway. It should introduce new things. So I actually really respect the way the devs have done it, and they've left the rifle as that sort of experience. So you can have it, you're just going to be a bit slower and more stationary and more static, and that's going to be that. I'm very scared right now. I just want to be clear with people. In fact, we're gonna do the chill now, and we're gonna pull out. We're gonna go slow. We did get the poison up, which is gonna make our autos a bit stronger. Let's see what we can steal. Okay, it's stealth to disengage. That's nice. Just let one of them break, and then we'll push back in. Bigsby over there is taking some aggro. That's good. So yeah, that's rifle, but Deadeye is more than just rifle. As I said, Deadeye is also, you know, a lot of people run it with pistol, gunslinger, pistol. A lot of thieves have wanted their gunslinging playstyle, and it's extremely strong with Deadeye. So Deadeye did kind of two things. It gave you that rifle experience, that sniper rifle experience that people wanted, but it also made PP really viable. So you kind of get gunslinger as well, and the gunslinger is amazing in open world PvE. So I actually have a lot of respect for Deadeye. I think it's a really well-designed elite specialization for the PvE perspective. Because it unlocked two playstyles, really, and I think it's really good, so... as for PvP, you can run rifle. It's a bit of a memey thing. It's not particularly competitive, but you do see people run it in leagues. It's good for camping bad players. It depends what sort of division you're in. How far you'll go with it. Basically, the worse you are at the game, the more build diversity there is. The better you are at the game, the more you're going to have to be careful about what you play. Alright, we're actually trying to search the camp for clues. Here we go. It's the weather journal over here. So yeah, that's all I've got to say, really, about Deadeye. Royal says, have you done any meta events in POF ever since the reward update? Got an item worth 40 gold later today? No, I haven't. Smash the weapon racks to draw out Malice the Impure. I actually haven't, no. What you've seen me doing metas is what you've seen on stream. It's a bit sad, honestly. I've barely played the POF maps. Like many players, I suspect, actually. So we'll double Venom here. I should remember, actually, I can give my Venoms 2 Bigsby. Now, by the way, I can also use the Chill Venom. The reason I popped that there is for a reason a lot of PvE players never really consider. But Chill doesn't just reduce movement speed, it increases cooldown time. So you see how he knocked me down in a kind of a threatening shockwave attack there? I can pop this Venom to make it take longer for his cooldown to come up. And thus, hopefully, I have him killed before it becomes a thing. Which is why I popped that there. Alright. So we're going to go find Deborah. What do we want to do? Do we want to go tell Captain Thackeray what's going on with all this intrigue and mystery, which we're just skipping through? Or do we want to go to Trevelyan and get his side of the story? By the way, Trevelyan's looking like a bit of a bad guy right now in the plot right now. So what do we want to do? Do we want to go behind Logan's back, or do we want to just go see him? First person with the code 14. 14. Thackeray or Trevelyan, guys? Thackeray or Trevelyan? I've actually seen... The thing is, though, I've seen some good thieves memeing around in unranked on rifle. Okay, what's this? 14 Thackeray from Royal there. Royal's getting quite a few of the votes. I guess that's an indication that we don't have too many people participating here. So we'll go Power here, the Ruby Heart. I've seen some good thieves memeing around on rifle. You know, it's not what they'd actually play. If they were being competitive, they'd be on SD or DP. But, you know, if you're really careful about the blinks, if you're really careful about the flip over after the nuke ability, if you're really careful about your shadow steps, if you understand the terrain really well, you can do some pretty fun things with that rifle. I've seen people do some fun things with that rifle. I've died in some interesting ways against people with rifle, I'll openly admit it. And same actually as well with Soul Beast. Soul Beast is another memey thing for PvP right now. Oh, thanks for the host there, Hiko Cake. Thank you very much. Soul Beast with the longbow. There's one guy at the moment that's queuing around in it in unranked, and it's actually pretty interesting to see the positioning he takes on certain maps, like on Legacy, to make sure he's not line of sighted, to be able to free cast on people on certain nodes, and it is kind of funny to see. I mean, I can camp the hell out of them on a Condi Mirage, but still. So, you know, they're in similar positions. Soul Beast, as far as PvP is concerned, Soul Beast is in a very similar position to Deadeye with the rifle. Alright, so we got that. Let's get out of there. Thank you very much, honestly. And welcome, everyone. If you don't know what this is, we're playing Merciless, which is a permadeath honor rule challenge. So if you believe that the only way to have fun in a game is the way that the devs dictate your fun happen, then you're not going to understand or care about this. But if you've got a bit of imagination, this should be pretty cool. An ungodly hour to stream. Is 9 AM ungodly? Really? I mean, for me, it is. So, we're going to go get Logan's aid. Lovely loading screen. I don't know whether I'd enjoy it that much if it didn't have that much saturation on it and it was sort of warm morning colors, but there you have it. Logan, hey, bro. So much around the monastery here. I quite like this arc in terms of we don't have to explore much of the world. So if I remember rightly, this instance is us just fighting along the wall, really, up there. It said no valid path. I did get the click up there, but it's too high. Oh, and you're off to bed now, are you? Alright, well, have a good night. I just heard something fall over upstairs. That really concerns me. Oh, yeah, it's 10 now. That's true, it is 10. I like how Jebra has a very keen sense of the difference between the time zones, having lived in both for a long time now. You only know because you have to interface with London and Manchester a lot for work. Alright, we're just gonna hit these guys straight away. Well, isn't there a weakness, Venom? Alright, and now we're gonna cover ourselves with blinds to just blow them up before our initiative gets too low to handle it. There you go, that's fine. So Trevelyan we hear a little bit more about with his correspondences with Caudicus in the Return to Kryta patch from Living World Season 3. Oh man, he's got PP when he gets low. That's funny. We can interrupt that with a headshot. And he's fleeing. Next phase. Oh, look at this incredible phasing here, guys. You're gonna get food. Go get me a bacon and egg McMuffin. Thank you. Alright, I'm a bit scared again. We're gonna cluster again just to blow these guys up as fast as possible. I never got the double tap there. I quite often miss the double tap on Cluster Bomb. So if you guys don't know how this works, Cluster Bomb is you fire it out and it lands like that and it's a blast. But if you press it again in midair, it will explode and inflict bleeds, as you can see. So we've got 8 bleeds. But if you cast it on yourself, you have less air time. So you've got to get the double tap really quickly. And quite often I miss it. All right, next phase. I'm actually going to go this way to break combat. And then go back to him. For the next phase, so that we're on 100% health. I'll tell you what's better than a bacon and egg McMuffin, Jeb. Oh, that looks really cool with no fog, except the floating thing up there. Wow. Oh, wait, where did he go? He went downstairs? How? Oh, there's a staircase here. Interesting lighting on this instance. They do those bagels now, those breakfast bagels. They are pretty goddamn good. You prefer corned beef hash and hash browns? Man, corned beef hash. Well, that's a very different meal. Got a line of sight this. This is pretty gross. Gonna put him behind this archway and we'll kill them all here. We'll stack them all on this point here. Put weakness up as well. And then the blinds. I'll go all the venoms, why not? What is that? What was that pistol ability you just used? Logan, are you gonna come fight, bro? So, the unloads that he's using... I'm actually really scared of him right now. We got to interrupt the next one. Oh, what a dickhead. What a dickhead. I can't believe he just accomplished that. Where's Logan? I'm really scared right now. Oh, God, he phased. Thank Christ for that. Logan must have been doing a lot of damage because that was really hard for me there. Can we break? Can we AOC? Another phase. This is actually kind of a cool fight. I actually kind of like this boss fight. If we had anything else, it wouldn't be so bad. He's just back down here using... Oh, it's just there's a traitor left alive. Logan was fighting the traitor. I guess he doesn't do much damage because he did that. Mind you, he is casting... What is that? Was that focus? Are he blinded? All right, Jebro, you need to sleep. No worries, man. It's good to see you, dude. Thanks very much. And I'll catch you later, dude. Royal says, I would have preferred the personal story for humans to start around Ebon Hawk. Well, yeah, but it's not... You don't play as an Ascalonian in Guild Wars 2, so... It's sort of an irrelevant request of them... You can play Vigil, though, and you can get... Oh my god, there's another phase. Defeat the traitor Seraph. We just had a sub! Oh my god! I will have a look at that in 1 second. Sorry, let me just... Oh, I'll tell you what. We probably are doing a bit more pressure, because we give Logan the Venoms, which means there is actually a bit more Condi getting loaded onto them. We're not really stealing here. I should have saved that stun for his next unload. I could also do this, by the way, and treat this Logan as a meat shield. So watch when the next unload happens. If the next unload happens. There you go. Logan just fakes tanks it all, and I'm 100% health. So that's something you can do as well. There you go. Trevelyan is down. Yeah, we had a sub. We had 2 subs. Nice. Nexotar. Thanks very much, Nexotar. Do you want to spam some emotes and show people them? Thank you very much. 5 months in a row. And Wormain. Oh, I love seeing your name come up, Wormain. Hope you're doing well, WP. It's good to see you at this odd hour of the day. 29 months. 29 months. 29 months? That's a bit weird to look at, actually. I've been streaming for 29 months? Christ. Yeah, it is an unusual stream time. It is indeed. Alright. Let's go for around here. Thanks, guys. Thanks very much. I really, really appreciate that. Alright, and we've almost got chapter 2 done now, I think. Wait, do we almost... Yeah, I think we do. We've got, like, one more instance. Where are we going? Get information about the prisoner. Oh, we just speak to Trevelyan. But where is he? He's in there. Oh. Oh, I see. Were we supposed to have this fight in this room? Alright. Yeah, hey, Kairos. It's good to see you too, dude. Alright, we now get 330 health on our short bow, which is pretty goddamn swish. Let's bugger off down here. I'm trying to confuse you with the wood time. No, it's just I got a busy day, so I'm getting this done now. It's a sort of continuation of what I was trying to do yesterday. Alright, we're going to warn Jenna, so back to the palace. Vipe Koi says, I like it, I just woke up. Yeah, I mean, we used to do this thing called potatoes for breakfast, which started at this hour. I used to do potatoes for breakfast, which was a 5-hour stream from 10 till 3, I think it was. Which was a couple of breakfast hours for the UK, and then also East Coast people were waking up for the later end of it. And they got to enjoy a bit of that. Do you think ArenaNet might actually add books to the book carts around DR? I think if that happens, that would be a passion project from a particularly enthusiastic dev. I'd love to see it. Like many things I'd love to see in this game. But I think it would be that. Rather than, you know, some assigned duty as a part of a Living World patch. And I mean, we can hope that the devs will be super passionate and want to put in the extra hours and do all of that stuff. But, you know, if they're not going to be compensated for it in any way beyond just the community's response to it and their own satisfaction, I wouldn't be surprised if there aren't many devs that go that far, you know. My eternal love and appreciation for the devs that do, obviously. But no, I don't think it would be anything like on the docket, you know. I don't think it'd be anything that's actually listed for the day. All right, we've got to go to the Black Lion Haven now. The Black Lion Haven? What is it here? The Black Lion trading post down there? It's Inks. Also sick, and I'm finally off to bed. Thanks for the entertainment, WP. Have a good time, everyone else. Cheers. Yeah, it was good to see you, dude. Not too active in chat today, but there you go. I will catch you later, man. And again, I'm looking forward to your video. WP, I just did Dragon's Stand yesterday for the first time. Lots of fun. I'm glad, man. Were there a ton of players there as well? Oh, no, we're going to Claypool. That's awesome, dude. We're going to Claypool. Yeah, I hope you feel better, man. Seems like everyone says they're sick at the moment. Is that just winter? I feel like early months of January, a lot of people get sick. Probably because there's a lot of, like, family gatherings because of Christmas. And it's basically, you know, conpox or whatever it is. Convention illness. I bet it's basically just that that strikes everyone down. Plus the bad weather. So the two things sort of come together. And January is a time where people are sick. I'm not sick. I just got a bit of a groggy throat because I slept for like 12 hours straight. It's really weird. I know it's not healthy for human beings to do this, but I kind of like it where I don't sleep for 2 days straight and I just work and do things the whole way through. And then you go to bed and you sleep like a rock for 12 hours and you wake up and you're fine. Overall, you've had more time, more of your life. Oh, rip. I understand what's going on now. Overall, you've slept less than normal people, but you feel great afterwards. I wonder if I could just do that. I know it's really bad. I know it's bad, but I feel good after it, man. And look, more time to be productive, more time to live your life. Get going, let's do some work. It's good. It's soon the year of the dog. People get dog sick. Oh, I see. Right, that's as good a theory as mine. Let me just say that. Oh, we have Sind in chat as well. How are you enjoying the low-level thief gameplay under the Merciless setup, dude? We were talking about Deadeye earlier. So if that person's still in chat, there's a very good PvP thief player at the moment. Arguably one of the best out there. So if you want opinions on it, from a very high level competitive standpoint, you can get that. Though, and no offense to the man, it's probably stupid asking, as a casual Guild Wars 2 player, as a normal Guild Wars 2 player, it's probably stupid asking Sin his opinion. Because what you're going to get is a 5v5 perspective, and you're going to get tournament perspective, and you're going to get high level leaguing perspective, which is not actually relevant to most players. And I think it's important to understand that. The raiding scene would do better to understand that as well. But yeah, there you go. People feel really good after taking meth as well. Well, yeah, at first, but then you feel like crap when you're vomiting and you got withdrawals. I told you I might get a random phone call today, didn't I? Well, here it is. I'm going to character select, and I'll see you in a second. All right, cool. So I actually have plenty of time to finish this stream. A lot more time today than I thought. So this might be more of a longer one than I thought, than like a mini extra one, or a continuation to a mini extra one. What? Why are we here? Dude, that's so interesting. That is so interesting. How is it? Why has that happened? Didn't we log out like here or something? Extraordinary. Why? What is that? I actually don't get that at all. Was I off the path grid and then it put me in a default position or something? But yeah, anyway, meth is good, but only for a little while. Yeah, that's very, very strange. It's not a secret phone call. It's just a phone call. Meth is how you made it through college. What? Oh, no, you mean the sleeping thing. That was how you made it through college. Right. Okay, I understand. The devs are trolling me. Yeah, I know, because it's so hard to get back there with this OP Jackal, right? So tricky. All right, boom. Accusation. I like this one. All right. Let's equip that. I want to be an Awakened as well, screw it. I like being an Awakened. We're going to play an Undead. Scary Undead bastard. These Venoms are really frustrating me. What? You're just going to lock me out? Oh, no. I'm actually really scared of that. I'm alone? No. Really? Well, I'm going to let them break that. So I get allies. I'm not fighting them. I'm not soloing that. That's insane. We can just auto and cluster bomb in while they have poison. Oh, I guess I missed that. There we go. There's no way I'm holding back the tide on that. Doesn't actually matter how deeply they come in. Wow, the Lion Guard are getting annihilated. Why, guys? Why? How? Oh my god, and that was a big stun there. Alright, this axe is pretty good. Why are the doors opening and closing? See, if we'd gone Deceptions, we could have Shadow Refuged right now. And we could just insta-res all these guys, but no. Oh, we got to go out now, actually, and stop the mortar attack. It looks like the Lion Guard... No, he's just an Asura. I thought it was kneeling down. They were resing one another, but they're not. So I will manually do it. Yeah, we did get trolled by chat. First time in a while, though, so I'm not too angry about it. I didn't want that. I knew that was going to happen. I tried weapon swapping in an attempt to fix it. But basically, we blinded the mower with the Infiltrator's arrow. And it's put us in combat. And I don't want to use the 5 and 2 to break early, because I want as much initiative as possible to take out these guys, just in case it's hard. I don't know why I thought the weapon swap might help. So right now, I'm not actually sure. You might be like, why am I using... why can I repair their mortars? You might be like, why am I using short bow there to damage instead of the dagger? Don't forget, the bow is a much higher level than the daggers now at this point. So you might find that the short bow allows us to kill things a lot quicker. So like, that's a thing that's going to affect the way we play. I should have used my F2 before I did that. Come on, why isn't it double tapping, man? Alright, we'll break these. I guess I only had to kill the enemies. I didn't actually have to break the mortars themselves, because look, it's already progressed. This is also tanky as all balls. Jesus. In the bouncing from the short bows. I'm not going to break the other one. We can just move on. WP logged out in one universe and relogged into another parallel universe where everything is a bit weird. What? Algal is how you're making it through school. Well, I'm sure not in terms of grades. Where did the bandits get mortars? Well, probably built them themselves or stole them or nicked them. I guess we don't have any examples of the Seraph and stuff using mortars, but it doesn't defy belief too much. So yeah, there we go. All right, defeat the bandits. Okay, so now I think what we do is we go into the little cave in the north of Kessex, and that's where it ends, and we free our Ascalonian sister. So because she's Ascalonian, I don't actually know whether we'll have the weird race-changing issue. So I guess we'll have to see. No, my grades suck, but they're good enough to pass. Well, that's weird, though, dude, because you seem like quite a meticulous and careful worker. You seem to have a bit of initiative as well. Just in the fact that you've made those slides. Most people wouldn't step forward to do that, and most people wouldn't do a second version or a third version. Most people wouldn't think about some of those points of minutiae that I was talking about earlier. It's surprising to me that your grades are low. Maybe it's because you prioritize your hobbies more than you do your grades. And this is bad advice. You should never get advice from a person in a position such as myself. But you can find success in your own way. As long as you have passion and you work hard on things. It doesn't actually matter whether that manifests in your grades or not, because you can be your own boss in anything you want. What a disgusting troll is this? Are you having an absolute laugh? You're going to put the entrance to the story right next to the toxic Spider Queen. If I wasn't a thief right now, I'd actually be crying. Thankfully, I am a thief. So we can just blast twice. Maybe 3 times? Oh, God. It's running out. Oh, God. Wait. No. Hold on. I am a little bit concerned here. What's easier, heart-seeking or cluster bomb? Cluster bombing, I guess, is for AoE. You can't look down to reduce the distance of a heart-seeker now, though, right? So... There we go, we got 3. Alright, wasn't even necessary. I'm not going to steal in there, that will reveal me. Oh no, it won't, because I don't have mug on. Alright, so another interesting one, again, because this is early stuff they made, you get a Guild Wars 1 thing where you actually get to see the enemies on the minimap. Which is kind of curious. So again, I actually think I'm going to prioritize short bow. So that's a knockback, but basically no damage. I'm not going to pop Venoms here because the cannon is most likely... immune to those condies. Wow, the cannon actually despawned when the mob died. We're still in combat, but that's fine. There's combat music. We can't avoid it either. This is baked into the encounter, by the way. It's oh god. Go on, Logan. Thank you. Go on, Logan! Not me. Got to keep the black powders up. Good. I like this skill. Probably a waste because these guys were already dead. I really like throw gunk. It's a nice ability. We could wait 20 seconds for the steal, but I think I'll push in anyway. Watching very carefully here. We need to LOS them so that they're all getting blinded. Can we do it behind this tent? Yeah. I'm not gonna sit there being ranged by some of the other mobs. It's a bad idea. Do you know what? With 5 targets... What? Why didn't that hit any of them? Alright. This short bow play is really bad, man. Alright, we broke. He's not actually in that. So I'll use Shadow Shot to reapply the blind. I mean, their animations are so slow. He's only 1 target as well. I'll just preserve the initiative for the next fight against these 2. And I'm going to save the venoms here as well, just in case when they die a boss spawns, and I want to use it on the boss. Here, we got the whirling axe again. I'm going to save it. Here, we've blinded a big CC there, I think. That bandit dodged out of a black powder, one of the most intelligent things we've seen the AI do. Okay, that's fine. I wonder if the difference between Crichton and Ascalonian is blonde versus brunette. I wonder if that's what it is. She looks remarkably well kempt for someone who's been, what, for 2 years in a cage? Oh, I'm Deborah. All right, there we go. Liberation. And we now have a sister who later, if you make the right choices, will continue to resurface throughout the story as she joins the vigil. Oh, no. Oh, okay. I was scratching my head. I didn't have my left hand on the keyboard, by the way. Okay. Alright, we're good. It's fine. I'm a man. It's totally fine. We're okay. Don't have to worry about that. Alright. Moving on, we get a specialization, a bit of voting here from you guys. You can choose which my spec is for Chapter 3. And we're finally making some progress here. If we can actually beat Chapter 3 for once, it'll be really goddamn nice. So, we get to decide... Whoa. Do you know what? I'm going to go just back up to the palace for the buildcraft, because why stand in a place where we could get attacked? Yeah, the panic was a little bit real. Just a little bit. We're fine. Thankfully, I have auto run bound to my mouse, which my hand was already on. So I could hit auto run, get my hand off of my head, mount. The reason I mounted is because the jackal has different health. And obviously it moves fast and gets away. If I didn't have a mount, I would have had to have weapon swapped and then waited for this entire animation to go through to get away. All right, so what we're looking at here is signets, traps, trick... Oh, sorry, no. We're looking at... Well, no, I could now actually pick up some actually useful skills. And we just wouldn't be able to get very deep into our line. So we would miss our first Grandmaster. We'd miss Potent Poison. We'd miss No Quarter. We'd miss Assassin's Reward. Heal ourselves whenever we use initiative. Is that actually any good? Shadow Arts, we would miss Cloaked in Shadow. Blind people whenever we stealth through any means. Our only means of stealthing right now... Well, if we cluster bomb, I suppose. Or initiative on swap. Alright, let's first just decide. Skills or specialization? Do we pick up a proper skill line or do we go for a specialization? Because we're one rung lower right now. So, which one? If we get the skills, by the way, we can still go into a specialization. We just can't go as deep as I'd otherwise like to be. So, skills or specializations? Tell me, chats. With the code 14. Skills or specializations? Which one? And once you guys decide that, we'll then go further. So, skills or specializations? So, Royal picked. He said specializations. So, we're still fucked for skills. Okay, so which line? Deadly Arts, Critical Strikes, Acrobatics, Shadow Arts, or Trickery? The code for this is 79. Alright, so 79. And pick one of those. Critical Strikes are obviously quite strong. I think this here in Acrobatics is interesting. But Acrobatics is also very dodge-based, which we can't ever do, so... Alright, 79. We got a good choice for once. Vipe, Koi, said Critical Strike, 79. So we can go all the way up to... Hidden Killer, actually. No, we can't go up to Hidden Killer. Yeah, we can go for No Quarter. Critical Strikes. Okay, good. 79. Right, so pick that up. Ankle shots will be later. For now, we'll go practice tolerance and we'll take Twin Fang. So just all damage right now. And there we go. Good. So let's go see Queen Jenna. And we're into Chapter 3. If this is hard, I mean, these Venoms, we just got nothing, really. You got baited for 17. Oh, because you heard me say 79. Alright. Yeah, Rico trade camp. Don't forget to bow to your queen. Screw that queen. I don't even know if she's a real queen. She could just be Lissa. I don't know. So yeah. If anyone's got, since it'll be a bit more quiet now as we run over there, if anyone's got anything they want to talk about, any topics, anything interesting going on in your lives, guys? Anyone want to talk about themselves for a bit? And I'll riff off of it. It can seem like you have a friend. Look, that's the benefit of Twitch. No, I wouldn't bow to Lissa. Not while she's in deceptive mode. Not while Lissa thinks I'm bowing because she thinks she's pulled the wool over my eyes. No, no, no. So we'll actually skim her over the lake here. Oh, wait. Yeah, we'll skim her over the lake. We're headed over to that shore. No Fog Kessex is interesting. Twitch has a lot of benefits, indeed. Yeah, Lissa is my favourite. If Lissa came to me as Lissa and was like, hello, I am Lissa. Wooden potatoes. I have doomed... Yeah, that would be fine. But if she's pretending to be a queen and I bow at the queen and Lissa thinks I'm bowing because I think it's a queen, not because I know that it's her. There you go. See, look, I will disrespect her for as long as she thinks she is smarter than me. Yeah, that's the point. That's the point. Oh, your guild wants 2 friends left. Talk about that. Oh, why did I come here? What's wrong with me? They all left because you're a bad friend and you didn't engage them. It was your job as it's not the dev's job. It's not the game's job. It's your job as a player to keep them invested and keep them interested. And you failed. You failed miserably in that ambition. And you should feel bad. Your friends are gone because you couldn't keep them here. You and you alone. Disgracefuls. There you go. Holy shit, WP, you really meant you'd start as soon as I awoke. See, people are saying that, but I was asleep for like 13... What was it? When did I leave? When did the stream end? 6 o'clock? I woke up at 8:30. 8:30. I was dead as a rock. Well, dead. I was asleep as a log there. You know, I was out of it the entire time. So it wasn't that quick. I was actually expecting people to be like, oh, he's not streaming. You know, I was expecting people to think I'd be back in 8 hours or something. WP, I'm spending more per month on whiskey than food. What do you think about that? That's not necessarily too bad, man. I mean, I spend about 40 quid a month on food. About that. A lot of people don't have any perspective for how much they spend on food because they're a part of a family unit and it's how much they spend on multiple mouths. But for me, I spend about 40 quid on food a month. That, and you know, if you're into whiskey and a fine whiskey, a bottle of whiskey over an entire month, well, actually, maybe that is a bit much. I don't know. Maybe that is a bit much. Yeah, maybe that is a bit much. I hate to rush you, Peter, but it's time to decide. We need to find those children. All right, so what are we going to do? Are we going to be with the Priory or the Vigil? I think one of these is a bitch. I can't remember. Priory or Vigil. One of them takes us to that swamp. Or don't they both take us to the swamp? I don't know. Priory Vigil, code is 7. Just the digit 7. It's level 30 stuff. We've got to be a bit more curious now. A bit more cautious. Priory 7. Alright. Royal's getting all of these. What's going on here, guys? What's going on? Do you not want to beat Royal? It's on like Donkey Kong. Christ. Priory's just run, WP. Run and press F. Oh, okay. Alright, he's helping us out there then a bit. I'll go back to the Jackal here. I know there is some water, but I'm anticipating to be able to teleport over it all. Or go along the beaches. Alright, I lied. I can't teleport over it all. Dosty's eating food. Yeah, I think they're both in the swamp. So Delish Kunoa says Vigil's in the swamp. I do think they're both. I'm going to start here with the Savari and move forward. Alright, now we've done this instance before. This is our first taste of the Risen, by the way, as we transition away from the domestic part of the plot. And they explode. There are some exploders here, so this is what we want to start watching out for. We want to start being a bit cautious. Did he get them? No, he didn't get them. Can he even? Yeah, he can. I was just bad and missed it. Actually, this is kind of fun. An interesting playstyle there with the Venoms with allies. Merciless is already a challenge that will make your allies interesting, but playing with Venoms too makes it even more so. So I kind of actually like that. So if I remember rightly, the last time we did this, we did a sort of surgical method where we just grabbed the kids as fast as possible, and we tried not to aggro too many other mobs. So here, yeah, this is an invulnerable thing. Energy shield. Oh, yeah, this is one of my favorite things. So again, I will continue to do this. As we play Personal Story, I like looking at artifacts, old aspects of old design, anachronistic features, and just oddities, inconsistencies, and strange things. I tell this story every time I do this instance, but I'm going to do it again. When we save the children, Scholar Josir is going to cast an ability on them. That ability has never gone through a balance pass. And when I say that, I don't just mean since 2012, as the game is updated. It hasn't gone through a balance pass since early 2010. Back when the game was first being shown to players in 2010, there was an energy system, a mana system in the game. And this is still being referenced. Read this. Energy shield. This was an elementalist ability, now known as arcane shield. Yeah? Listen to this. Energy shield. Surround yourself with an energy shield that stops half of incoming damage, but drains your energy when hit. What you're looking at there is a Guild Wars 2 version of Guild Wars 1 upkeep abilities. An energy shield that stops half... Well, it's not really an upkeep, actually. But that is energy shield. And so that's a clue into some really interesting old design, all right? So in Guild Wars 1, Elementalists had fire damage. Fire as their attributes. They had fire magic, earth magic, water magic, air magic. And what was their fifth? Who knows that in chat? For Guild Wars 1, what was their fifth? Who knows? Let's have a look. Let's see if anybody knows. What was the fifth for Elementalist in Guild Wars 1? Energy management, energy storage it was actually called. Not arcane, it was energy storage. There you go, people do know. There you go. Well done, guys. So, you'll notice that Scholar Josir is casting what we know as arcane shield, but it's called energy shield. So what does that mean? That means that probably in 2010, in the earliest versions of Guild Wars 2 being created, back when mana was a system and energy was a system, Ellies in Guild Wars 2, just as they were going to have in Guild Wars 1 also, Ellies weren't going to have arcane skills. They were going to have energy skills. It would have been energy blast, an energy wave, an energy shield. They were going to have energy skills. Then, when the community backlashed against the idea of a mana system and mana potions and stuff, and they changed it, they shifted it all. It was then no longer energy, it was going to be arcane. So this is a sign that everything you see that's arcane related in Guild Wars 2 for Ellie was once upon a time going to be energy. Probably. We can only speculate. But the fact that that's called energy shield and plays with the energy mechanic and it has the arcane shield icon and you can imagine they had a similar function, you can sort of see. So yeah, we really, really, really love it. And hopefully you guys learned a little bit something. Yeah, Guild Wars 1 didn't have an energy shield skill, but it did have... I mean, I don't think that invalidates what I just said at all on any level. I think that's completely irrelevant comment, actually. Wow, surprised that doesn't create a null error or something when run on characters. That means all characters have some kind of energy on them hidden in some way. Well, I don't know. Maybe it would, but the kids don't actually get aggroed by AI. So you could maybe really test the inner workings of Guild Wars 2 by going into that instance and trying to deliberately get a child attacked via cleave from one of the Risen in the swamp that's trying to attack you at the same time. That would be really interesting. I'd love to see someone try and do that and see what happens when the child gets attacked. But there's another side of that in that the devs probably don't want kids getting hit at all. So I don't know. I don't know. So what was Timey trying to tell us in that instance before we killed Balthazar? Great question. One of the more intriguing parts of POF, right? Great question. Another vote, guys. Are we going to go Whispers or Vigil? Whispers... where a soldier is headed. Vigil is Triskel K. So which one do you want to do? Vigil or Whispers? Code is 10. I can't remember a pre-Guild Wars 2 game that didn't have mana/energy. You can't remember one that didn't have. Yeah, well, there were many. There was a demo that let us go to Gendaran Fields and introduce the thief to us. That was still the old trait system, but no longer had mana. There were a few. There was a French demo. Speaking of, I mean, we're playing French right now. At what was that called? What's the French convention that they took to Paris? The Paris Games Convention, I think it was just called Vigil. Okay. I really find Chapter 3 for humans quite boring. I don't know what it is. Oh, here it is. Do you know what that means, guys? That means when we've wiped every time at the start of Chapter 3 on the Norn, we've been 1 instance away from our pistol. We get it, baby. PP. There it is. So-ish. So PP shortbow is how I'm going to run. We'll keep the daggers just in case. It's also a super contemporary leveled pistol, so a level 30 pistol. That's great. We'll put that one in the main hand. I don't know whether that really affects anything, but we'll make sure it's main hand instead of offhand. We get a ring as well, and we're going to run vital on that. We actually got that a while ago. Finally, we get pistol. All right, so I don't care if it's on fun now because we get this. 25 might, baby. Range damage. Ah, brilliant. Is it definitely the same order of messages on all clients? I think it can be a bit weird and different. It can show differently based on some people's web browsers. But we will go by the order I see it and by the order that my overlay picks it up, because that's the fairest way, I think. So yeah. All right, this is pretty cool. That means we can run ankle shots as well now instead of ferocity from precision. And you might think, but ferocity from precision is so good, wooden potatoes. But we have very low precision at the moment, you'll realize. So ankle shots, flat 10% damage is so good. Not even considering the cripple. We've not actually had a Merciless character that had an ankle shot PP thief on it yet, just yet. We've not been this OP yet. So this is the furthest you've seen a thief get. This is it. I'm really happy about this. I like the name of that as well, that trait. And what's the icon? Yeah, the icon's a bit poo. So, wait, was Dusty first? I don't know. Anyway. I'll throw it back at you, Royal. What do you think Timey was trying to tell us? Because it is surprising that episode 1 never went into that at all. Paris Games Week. There you go. Krav Le Dechu. Have you ever been to that? I mean, they really pushed it hard if you remember back then. Okay, so we have actually done this instance, just not on a thief. I mean, I suppose we have Venoms. We are stuck on Venoms, so that's a bit poop. But the Venoms now, actually, because we've got 25 might... Venoms are actually alright, because the might gives us power and condi damage, so both are going to scale out of the ass. So actually these now start doing a bit of damage. One thing I will say is we've got very, very significant range pressure, which is alright. So we just got to kill everyone here at the moment, by the way. That's basically what's going on. We do want our initiative, so the next line I'd really like is Trickery. Trickery would be pretty sweet. Where am I getting the Fury from? Oh, yeah, we get 25 might and Fury because of our Grandmaster. And one of the miners, actually. Oh, guys, honestly. Oh, it's so good. So happy. We'll save this for A-bombs, I think, actually. This could be it, actually. This could be the Thief run. We've hit the threshold for the OP bit. This is why this is a medium class, not a hard class. You know, it actually kind of feels like human is easy mode. We could even rate the races, by the way. As we learn more about Merciless, we could start rating the races as, you know, easy, medium, hard. I just want to be careful. So, if you guys don't know how it works, Unload gives me a ton of initiative back if every single hit lands. Oh, look at how much we blew him up. Because he charges and the Torment just screws him up. So what I want to do really is don't use unload on a mob that's about to die. Because if I do that, I won't get my initiative refund at the end, and it will slowly screw me out long term on the fight. So that I'm not going to unload him. I'll just let him die. Oh my god, this is really nice. We're not applying cripple much. They have a chance to cripple foes. It's a 60% chance on crit. Oh, I see. And we never crit. Right. Okay. So here we're going to have a ton of might because we've just rolled up from that. So, beautiful. Oh my god, that's so nice. This is like Guardian level damage right now. This is so nice. I mean, the footage is obviously a bit more boring. I'll zoom the camera in a bit. I'm sorry that I don't do that too often. I hate watching streams where they're zoomed out max, unless there's a really good reason for it, obviously. I think they're always a lot more immersive to watch if you're zoomed in at a reasonable angle. We're being obstructed on that one. It's okay, he's dead. Alright, there you go. Thanks. That's it. That's everyone done. No, I really think Guild Wars 2, you know, there's certain things, you know how I talk about how I'm quite dictatorial and things if I were ever a dev. One of the things I really don't actually like, one of the minor things that they've changed slowly as the game's gone along is letting us zoom out further and further, and like a lot of things. I just think that they sort of, I think it's really important that when someone spectates a game, it looks good and it looks like you want to play it. And to be honest, a more zoomed in, over the shoulder experience, it just looks 1,000 times better to spectate. It feels a lot worse to play, but it feels much better to spectate. Yeah, I did say that right. So I think that, oh, we left one live over here, my bad. So I think all those little changes with Guild Wars have actually been bad for it overall. I mean, as players, we obviously like it, and as players, we always clamour for more of it, and they were lauded updates. But it's one of those little things that I'm actually sort of. So yeah, just another little opinion of mine to make you hate me. Yeah, the launch game, they were more restrictive with it, and they cared more about that, and I think it's because they understood what I just talked about there. Yeah, but there are definitely some areas where you should be able to zoom out more. You know, they understood this. Big bosses with all the particle effects in PvE, you can't zoom in as... they let you zoom out further. And Wild vs. Wild, you're perfectly right to say that. For PvP as well, you know, this is how profound it is, right? Back when this was the Great Collapse, not the Festival District, so this was a giant hole, there was a bridge that went across the hole. I don't know if you guys remember this, but when you were on the bridge, the devs treated that as a world boss area that let you zoom your camera out further than you normally could, so that you could take in the sights and sort of feel overwhelmed by it. Very few people will recall that random-ass bit of trivia, but there you go. That's the kind of quality you get from a wooden potato stream here. That would let you zoom out further. There was an amazing bug with this as well, where if you zoomed, because you could always reliably get it there, if you walked there, zoomed the camera out to max distance, and then went to Heart of the Mist directly from it, it would bug, and you could have the super zoomed out camera all the time. And then if you started queuing in PvP, it was actually a profound advantage to be able to zoom out that more. Like if you played Forest of Niflhel with a really far zoomed out camera, from say Keep, you could look across the entire map and you could see, the nameplates wouldn't load, but you could actually see where players were. It would increase your awareness to an incredible degree. And don't forget, this was long enough ago that enemies wouldn't, there was no like fog of war mechanic. Enemies and allies never appeared on the minimap, so you really gained a big advantage from knowing where everyone was if you utilized that. But it was also kind of subtle enough, and the community was small enough, because remember, there was really barely anyone PvPing for a long period of time. Back before the rewards changes and stuff, all these snobs saying PvP shrunk and blah, 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 they got no fucking idea what they're talking about. They romanticize how big Guild Wars 1 PvP was, and they romanticize how big Guild Wars 2 PvP was. Guild Wars 2 PvP right now is fairly big compared to what it was for a long while, the big slump that it had. Anyway, and it was during these days that you could do that. Not many players were good enough or cared about that, so the devs never really nerfed it. Eventually, it went away because the bridge went away, but that was definitely a thing for a long time, and I always felt so cheaty and cheesy using it. But it was really important. Like, I used to play very glassy builds, so it was important to actually take advantage of it for me and my playstyle. So yeah, you know, the camera used to be a lot more restrictive. Then the FOV slider came in and all that other stuff. You know, it's been a long road. Nowadays, you get the bigger FOV and stuff anyway. What are the rules for permadeath? If you type !rules, it will throw you up a rules list. It's slightly out of date, and the wording is a bit iffy, and there are big walls of text and stuff, and it's a bit illegible. But it is there. I need to update it to Dosty's new one. All right, so what do we want to do? One more choice: Whispers or Priory this time. The code is 19. Whispers or Priory. Whispers or Priory, guys? Are we gonna... I mean, if I remember rightly, Whispers is a pain in the dick, and Priory is really quick, and you get... Priory is a really fun fight, because you fight the Shades that do tons of damage. Whispers takes ages. You guys have all voted Whispers, obviously. I don't actually think... Oh, no, we had one good vote so far on the critical strikes. Alright, that's fine then. Okay, so we'll do Whispers. I suppose, to be fair to the long-time viewers, they have seen the Priory one quite recently. Priory, you go to the Centaur Cave with all the bones, you commune with the underworld, you meet the character that will resurface at the end of the story, and you, Cool, we went quite in the air there, actually, dismounting from that. And yeah, you just do some fighting. Whispers takes ages, and there's loads of pirates and stuff. Alright. So we'll watch closely. We'll try and get some waypoints as we go. And we'll see how we feel as we go forward. Chat's really slowed down. Am I just being boring? What do you guys want to talk about? It has seriously slowed down. I might post in Discord that I'm live, actually. So let me just quickly do that. There we go, boom. Alright, there we go. Do I ski? I've actually never skied in my life, no. That looks good with no fog over there. The Aslan settlement, that looks really awesome. No, I've never ever skied, not in my life. Not once. There we go. Alright, so I don't know how this will go. What mouse do I use? I use a Logitech G600 right now. Which... Oh, do you know what's funny? I think it just gave us a transform to look like a pirate. No, it didn't, did it? It can't have. It did! Wow. What are the odds of that? That we just so happen to be running the exact same outfit. So we don't look any different. We are pirate transformed right now, but this is just what we look like anyway. That's funny. Light the torches. Go find Captain Barnacus. What profession has the most fun hybrid power / Condi build? That's a great question, man. So we're doing this ritual undead attacking. That's fine. Best hybrid power damage. Dude, I don't have an answer. I don't have an answer for you. What does chat think about that? I actually don't know. Oh my god. Okay, we one-shot the crab. It's fine. So these are all the dead pirates from their ship, if I remember the story right. Oh, I messed that up so badly. Rip initiative. Let's see if these guys apply. Oh god, these guys hurt. Really hurt. It's fear. No, save it. I'm saving the fear for the next wave. These guys really hurt. Okay. We'll let them res. If they get Venoms, that'll be really nice. How is that okay to blow your nose in public? Is ejecting dirty, unwanted stuff from the body? It's the same as taking a dump. Should be done in private. Yeah, but taking a dump isn't. If you need to have a poo and you basically if you need to take a dump, there's like no evidence for that really on the outside, so you can hide it until you get into a private place. If you've got a bunged up snotty nose, people can hear it as you speak to them. They can hear it as you breathe through that nose, as you sniffle and snort it. They can potentially even see it if it's really bad and it's coming out. So in that case, I think society probably moved to a position where we felt the lesser of two evils was to carry a handkerchief around with you and get it out as quick as possible, and in as discreet and hidden a fashion as you can. So I think that's probably why that's a thing. If you poo yourself, no one can see it. I mean, they'll smell it, but most people have got the sphincter strength to prevent that from happening. And so, yeah. And it is a social faux pas to fart in front of people, which is why people find it funny. My wit, what does that have to do with anything? Sounds crazy to me, but I'll do it. Show that I can curse the best, like the best of them. All right, I'm ready. What did you call me, you grog-guzzling blowfish? I'm not just trying, you poxy-faced scab. You're shaking in your boots. Bring it on, you seafaring, tide-turning, half-witted poop deck. Hooray, I knew I could do it. Interesting conversation you joined to. Yeah, sorry. All right, there we go. Is that it? Are we done? That was actually probably quicker than the other one. I was given the advice last human we played that Priory was the better one, but I'm telling you, that actually feels a bit better than Priory. Priory's scarier. Probably better to vote on. Soul Beast is the best for hybrid build. Fight me. I'm willing to believe it. I don't know. In biology, it's secretion versus excretion. What's the difference biologically between secretion and excretion? Is secretion involuntary, like persistent? What do? I secrete saliva, right? You secrete saliva? A grub, a slug oozing its way along the floor secretes slime. Does secreting mean sort of going through a porous material? And is sort of a side effect of some process, while excreting is the explicit intention to remove waste from the body. All right. So we're going to join an order now. You can pick any order you like except Priory. Priory is the only one I won't do. So which one do you want to do? Whispers or Vigil? Now, for anybody who doesn't understand the personal story or this challenge, this is a really important decision. This is the most important decision you have seen on stream so far today. Okay? Whispers or Vigil. This is going to determine a good 3 or 4 chapters worth of story content. We're going to have a chapter where we join them. We're going to have a chapter where we help the lesser races. And then we're going to have a chapter, a fairly lengthy chapter too, at Claw Island and the events surrounding the attack on Lion's Arch. So, Whispers or Vigil. The fastest finger first gets it. It's really important. I'll give you guys time to refresh the stream. Press F5. Because that will reduce your stream delay. I'm going to give you a code. It's going to be 2 digits, and the first person to tell me which one to join with the 2 digits in that same message, they will determine the fate of this character. Again, Priory is not available. I'm not going to join the Dermot Priory. But the other ones, I'm game for. So Vigil or Order of Whispers with the code 16. I hope I tricked some people there. I hope I caught some people up. Vigil, 16. Came in from Whiskey Horse. Whiskey Horse. We're joining the Vigil. Alright, Logan. I'd like to join the Vigil. Let's start by taking on Kellock. Interesting. I think I'll go for another pistol and upgrade my level 10 pistol into a level 30 pistol. So we actually have 2 level appropriate pistols right now. Precision and condi damage, power and precision. We got a condi pistol and a power pistol. I like that a lot. Okay, good. Tomato Jack says, fuck the potato. What? What's that in reference to? If you're just being a knob, I'll just ban you. Unless there's something else going on that I'm missing. You baiter. Yeah, I did bait people. I'm glad. Did that actually get you, Dusty? I'm glad if it did. What do you think is the easiest and what is the hardest class for the challenge? I believe that probably either a Minion Master Necro or a Ranger is the easiest. Both of which I've played and succeeded on. Ranger is literally like playing half the game because all the mobs just aggro on your pet and you don't have to think or care about anything. I mean, it is absurd. It's boring, really. You just pew, 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 and you just stand there and you don't think or care about things. The other easy one as Necro is good because you get Shroud, which saves you from a lot of tight spots, and you get minions as well. I think some of the hardest classes are Ellie, Mesmer, probably Warrior. And you guys might think, the common response to the Ellie thing is, oh, but what about water magic? Yeah, but you don't really get any healing power to pay off on it. And you're extremely squishy and limited in your capability. Warrior also is very tanky, innately tanky, but it's very limited in how it can apply kiting damage. Like, you can't shoot your rifle behind you in the same way that an NG can throw grenades behind them or fire mortars and stay at full kite speed. You have to face people for a lot of stuff. The only thing you really get is longbow F1 and the skill 3. So there's, I think the Warrior would struggle. Mesmer, I think, is also just very low damage and a bit of a struggle. But Mesmer might be good these days because of some new traits that have been added to the game. I'll come in with the Venoms. So I don't actually know about Mesmer. Mesmer might be a lot better than I give it credit for. And also, depending on how Phantasm aggro and Clone aggro and stuff works, it might be okay. I just don't know. And I suspect it's a real struggle. It's low pressure as well, Mesmer, from what I remember. But again, the traits might affect that. I think Rev is probably quite challenging too, but has some interesting bypasses and actually is really, really fun. All right, there we go. So that's the end of chapter 3. And Vigil one's so fast. Do you remember the Priory version of that? It's like super slow. That was just done so quickly. That's great. All right, good. We'll take a Vigorous Amulet, get a bit of vitality on us. We get a weapon container. We can pick up any weapon in the game that we like. And I'll tell you what I'm going to grab. I'm going to grab an underwater weapon because I don't know when the story... Well, okay, so here's the issue. There's a chance we'll get underwater missions. And right now, it's impossible for us to beat an underwater mission. Because we don't have any underwater things. So it would be a rip run unless I can find a shoreline or I can find some kind of bypass. So I can use this to get an underwater weapon. The downside is I might just find I get an underwater weapon as a reward in an upcoming instance. So we might be stuck here. This could be a big waste, basically. These are good weapons. They've got sigils. The sigil we can salvage out later and put into something else. I mean, the sigil of force, 1% damage doesn't really mean anything. Minor sigils and runes and things need a complete do-over. But there you go. The other thing we could go for is a contemporary... but the thing is, right, like, our bow is level 20, isn't it? So it's not even really that... We could go for a better, like, dagger, maybe? No, I think an underwater weapon is probably the best thing we can go for. And the question is, then, what underwater weapon? Harpoon we can't use. Spear gun, though? I know a lot of you guys are going to say spear because you get crazy evade frames and stuff, but I'm really scared getting out of position. Yeah, I have to choose before I start, really. Before level 30, sorry, 41. Spear gun or spear? What do you guys think? Spear gun or harpoon? Which one is it, honestly? How good is underwater spear? Because you can spam the skill 5 and it's just permanent evade frames, right? And you do damage at the same time. But I just think there's going to be a window where they can attack me. I'm going to be out of position. The pressure's going to be so low that I run out of initiative. Would I run out of initiative eventually? I mean, I'm just trying to think of, like, Temple of the Sunken God or whatever. You don't run out of initiative. You just spam it, it regens. Oh, God, I don't know. Hello, Bevergule. Hello. If you've got any advice between spear gun and spear, I'd love to hear it. Okay, I'll just let that chat. Nobody seems to have any opinions. Why does nobody have any opinions early in the morning? What, is people just slow? People's brains not working? It regens during the channel. Yeah, is there a little frame where I can get attacked, though? I don't even see a spear here. Where is the spear? Oh, here you go, harpoon. Spear gun on thief never really impressed you. Yeah, but it's just range, though. That's what's important about it, I think. I don't really remember any of the skills. Spear gun, spear, spear gun, spear gun, spear. You're up early. I haven't been playing much Guild or Sue lately, so I can't really help you. If you can spam it, no. Alright, we're going to do this fastest finger first. The code is 50. Whoever gets it first. 50. Spear gun or spear? Spear gun or spear? Harpoon or spear? The code is 50. I go with spear gun just because I think at some point you get a spear through levels. We don't accept level up rewards, bro. Alright, spear gun from Matakiro there. So we went spear gun. We went safe. We might have an opportunity to get a spear as well. But there we go. Spear gun. Okay, let's equip that bag. Alright. Alright, another vote is coming up as well, guys. Okay, level 40. Now, skills or specialization? Same decision here. Now, if we go skills, we've now got our elite because we're on chapter 4. So we can run our elite. Now, by default, I'm going to have Hounds of Balthazar up, which I'm very, very happy with. And I think that's a perfectly fine elite. That's better than Bassi Venom. It's better than Dagger Storm, probably. And the only other one. So the only elite that would be better is Thieves Guild. And Thieves Guild would get us our smoke screen back, our Shadow Refuge back, and so on. However, also, tricks are now very valuable because of haste, roll for initiative. Even caltrops to kite away through is kind of nice. So we could buy tricks, and we could run up to here. So there's a lot going on the skills front that we could do to round this character out, get rid of these nasty venoms, okay? But also, there's specializations. We could go deeper for the invigorating precision, which is all of our tankiness. That's going to cost 16 points to pick up. There's also entirely new lines we can start going for. We could go for trickery and pick up some of these beautiful minors, such as lead attacks, such as quick pockets on that Grandmaster. Actually, hold on. No, never mind. All right, never mind. So the way we're going to do this is this. We're going to buy that. We don't get our next specialization till chapter 5, so that's fine. So we're going to pick that up. We're going to swap from no quarter, which is fury and ferocity, which is really good, to be honest, to invigorating precision to make sure we can sustain through stuff. Then what we're going to do is... Wait, but hold on. Hold on, though. Invigorating precision only heals us on crit damage. And we don't crit very much. And we won't crit very much the whole way through the challenge. I only have a 9% chance. This is not the OP thing that I thought it was. And I've only just realised that. No, it's not a new streaming time. It's just putting in the hours now. I'm having fun, really. I like playing Merciless. This is not what I thought it was. We may have just wasted some points there. We could have left it like that. And I'm going to leave it like that for the next couple of instances, actually. Only if I get scared will I put that on. I think I might have really messed us up there. Well, actually, it depends. Because if you guys vote for tricks, we get Fury, and our crit chance then is actually a bit more respectable, 39%. 39% crit chance, probably Invigorating Precision is going to be good enough to maybe be a little bit, you know, at least on par with No Quarter. So if we pick up Haste as the trick, we do get a little bit of Fury, obviously, from this miner, but it's not very much. Because we lose Fury taking off No Quarter as well. I don't know, this is all a bit messy now, actually. Nonetheless, I will leave it there, and what we will do is we will vote. We will have a vote on what skill line to pick up, okay? So pick a skill tree for me, guys. Tricks for haste, for roll for initiative, potentially caltrops. Deceptions for smoke screen. Signets, we could even pick up more precision on the signet of agility. That's 100 precision right there. I don't know really what it's worth. But extra dodges, well, no, we don't get to use dodges. Condi cleanse. That's a triple Condi cleanse these days. Also, Assassin Signet's okay, I guess, as a passive. This, I would say for initiative, but screw it. It's not very good. 1 pip every 10 seconds is poop. Traps, as I say, probably a bit useless. But we do get ambush and we get an ally. So, again, you can vote for any skill tree you like. The code is 90. 90. Yeah, so Glitchless, yeah, I was critting a reasonable amount before, which would have been nice for Invigorating Precision, but it was relying on the Fury from No Quarter, which extends the duration, essentially, of this. Deceptions. Matakero says Deceptions. Alright, I really kind of wanted Haste there, but Deceptions are also good. We could go all the way up to Thieves Guild and run that instead of the Hounds, too. So we'll go all the way up. Okay, so Thieves Guild. Smoke screen. I kind of want to leave the 2 damages on, to be honest. I kind of want to do that. The vulnerability, at least from the Scale Venom, is nice. 25 might, 10 vulnerability? That's a lot of extra damage. Do you know what? I think I'll do it this. I think I'm going to swap these. Based on the situation. If I anticipate projectiles and stuff, I'll run Smokescreen. If I anticipate needing to suddenly peel out, I'll run SR. And we'll keep the damage. I mean, the Spider Venom might be bad, but we get 25 might. I actually kind of like these 2 now. Is that not weird? How am I maintaining initiative? Just by making sure that Unload lands every hit. If you get every single hit of Unload, you gain 2 initiative back, which means it only costs 3 to cast. The duration of the animation is like a second or 2, so you're regenerating through it. So you can actually get a lot of unloads off if you are landing every hit. If you miss, if you get obstructed, if you don't, if the enemy dies in the middle of the animation, it starts getting really costly. So as long as I watch that, I should be okay. So yeah, I think that's what we'll do. Yes, I'm going to do a Daybreak story video. Alright, let's go to Lion Dutch. Hey guys, I forgot what the name of the artwork Guild Wars 2 music YouTube video was. Anyone able to help me out? Are you talking about some very, very early, long time ago, ArenaNet released press videos that showed concept art for the game, along with sound effects that they were going to implement in the game? And it was like a slideshow, but they were panned, they were cropped, they were moving. Sometimes they had like extra bits of animation on them. Not tessellation, what's the word? Parallaxing, that's the word. They had parallaxing on it. Is that what you're talking about? Oh, sorry, travel to LA. What am I doing going through this gate? What, did it lead me through this gate? Is that what you're talking about? If that's what you mean, those are the type into YouTube Guild Wars 2 artwork GDC. And I believe they were from 2010. They might have even been 2009. I don't entirely remember. Are we going to go through that gate? I'm an idiot. So, yeah, that's what it was. Oh, now I see. You posted the order for you. Well, WP seems to have gotten away from the clutches of pie. Yeah, what were you going to say, Dusty? What was yours? You said tricks. Yeah. 2 people beat you on my screen, though. Jungle Waffles beat... Oh, well, no. Jungle Waffles had the wrong code. No, just Alotus beat you. There you go, Guk Stream. And those are beautiful videos, by the way. I don't know why you're looking for those, but they're incredible. And I'm kind of happy that you are looking for them. It is very, very cool. They are nice. Nice videos. Alright, we get the LA cutscene. I don't think that there's any French in it, so we won't watch it. Yeah, Deceptions are good as well. It's just, I like them both. It was just, there was one I slightly liked more. Wait, I picked Deceptions. Sorry, what? Oh, snap. Oh! Oh, the vote was for traps. Why did I go Deceptions then? I saw Matacero. I guess I missed you two entirely. The vote went traps. Well, yeah, well, I sort of bamboozled you on that vote then. I don't really care too much because that's not a part of the Merciless challenge that I have to listen to the whims of Twitch chat. But, yeah, sorry about that. Wow, traps would have been really shit. That would have been some major trollage. Yeah. I'm glad you're being a good sport about it, although just... Damn. That was very much unintentional, I will say. Alright, this is a free instance just for a free Black Lion key. There's no combat here, so we just get in and get out. Why am I playing in French? Just to spice it up a little bit. Just for a bit of fun. You enjoy the GDC videos as somewhat kind of white noise on your second monitor while you study work. Ah, yeah, that would be perfect for that, wouldn't it? You know, again, I don't want to keep going on about it, but I wrote, like, and it's not finished. It wasn't finished by the time I was done with it. I always depress myself out of finishing it. I've got like a 30-page, like, Google Docs manifesto thing talking about the personal story and all the things that I wish it was, and I'm not really sure why I wrote it, just to sort of, you know, have an outlet for some of my pent-up feelings about things that maybe could turn into a video at some point, maybe. Anyway, as I was writing that, my white noise was those videos, because those videos represent something about an epic, kind of a different version of Guild Wars 2, kind of a very idealistic, beautiful, curious version of Guild Wars 2 that I think really captures my imagination, and it's interesting to sort of take that as your baseline and then think about how Guild Wars 2 ended up in the end, you know? So, yeah, I've listened to that as white noise for a very long time. It's really inspiring. It's beautiful. And it sort of puts me emotionally and mentally back into that state that I was in as an excited fanboy waiting for the release of this game. Oh, so long ago. And it's kind of just a very raw sort of primal feeling about Guild Wars. God, I'm using some arty-farty shite language talking about that, aren't I? But, I mean, I really do believe in it. You guys should listen to that if Sorry, I need to read my mail specifically in Lion's Arch. And now it wants me to go out to the Vigil Keep. Oh, no, wait. Fort Mariner first. Okay. Bit of faffing about there. How come you haven't done any videos in a while? Well, you must not have watched the recent one where I explained that very clearly to you. So, in the first couple of seconds. So, I don't see why I have to do that again on Twitch here. Open the chest. What chest, sorry? Oh, the Black Lion chest? Technically, according to the rules, that's not allowed now. So, I'm just going to put that there. You went to make gooseberry crumble. You hope you didn't miss much. Gooseberry crumble, that sounds good, man. That sounds fancy. I don't know why we have victory music here. I think this is just supposed to be an epic introduction to the Vigil and their strength. Oh, Old Fort Mariner is nice. Doesn't the game feel like oddly stretched right now? Oh, man. Old Fort Mariner. Look at these guys training. Look at these bad asses. Practice. Work. You can beat him. I wonder if any of these exist in Guild Wars 2 of today. Yar! Oh my god, that actually works as a screenshot because I'm a pirate and that's a ship wheel. This be my vessel, yar! Brilliant. This room we're actually going into is one of my favourite rooms of Old LA, just because it's got the cool clockwork thing up there. Let's listen to French Almora, shall we?
Mais je ne peux rien vous promettre en retour. Le traité de Noir Faucon est le seul espoir de paix avec les Chars. Il ne faut pas interrompre le travail des négociateurs, peu importe les risques.
Avec tout mon respect, ambassadeur, c'est une décision ridicule.
Ça suffit, maître de guerre. Merci, dame Versa. Les veilleurs feront tout pour préserver un maximum de gens.
I thought she was the Norn for a second. I actually thought she was the Norn. I was like, why does she have a man's voice? Oh, it's the Norn behind her.
Il y a maintenant 6 ans, un dragon s'est éveillé à Ascalon. Parti vers le sud, il ne laissa que mort et désolation dans son sillage. J'ai préféré rester sous le dragon alors qu'il nous survolait. J'ai survécu là où d'autres sont morts. À travers toute la Tyrie, j'ai entendu le terrible récit des ravages causés par les dragons. Humains et Sylvari unis face aux morts vivants déferlant sur leurs côtes. Les Azuras chassés de leur cité souterraine. Tous ensemble, nous avons fondé une puissante organisation. Les Veilleurs. Nous sommes fiers que vous ayez choisi de rester parmi nous. Vous obéirez à Forgal, l'un de nos meilleurs soldats et le plus coriace des Norns. Il vous apprendra à combattre aux côtés des Veilleurs. Les Veilleurs ont été créés pour vaincre les dragons, pour les détruire avant qu'ils ne nous détruisent. Certains doivent se battre pour la liberté de tous. Bienvenue chez les Veilleurs.
Welcome to the vigil, bitches. That's basically what that was translated there. Don't worry, guys. I got you. All right. Let's meet Forgal, our father figure. Ooh. Man, why can't Char NPCs have such good voice acting in English? It is very, very gruff, isn't it? I don't know. The male Char sounded really good. All right. No weapons is available. Sorry. What? All right, we're off to the Char areas. We're off to Ebon Hawk. That wasn't a guitar sound. That was supposed to be a, I don't actually know what that was supposed to be. Drums, maybe? Yeah, Steve Bloom does do a good job. I mean, they got some real talent. So, who's wondering if we'll stay on the Jackal as we go through the gate? I know this is not the first time we've gone through the gate, but I'm curious. I love the translation in general. How do you actually switch this? You just go to your settings, general options. It's literally the second option in the whole game. The second one. You can select a new language. Now, what you do is when you pick a new language, you have to restart the client. And if you pick a language you haven't heard before, the launcher will then go ahead and download all the voice files for it. So my Guild Wars 2.dat is actually a lot bigger than most other players because I've got double language on it. And you could go triple language as well if you wanted. And it takes a little bit to download. Obviously, depends on your internet connection. So do be aware. But yeah, and then when you turn it back on, you'll have a new audio. And you don't have to pair it with, you know, a written one. I could have French text as well if I want. I could do the reverse. I could hear them in English but have French UI. There is also a version of the game that has Chinese text and Chinese audio, but that's only available if you're playing on the Chinese client, which connects to different servers and has different authentication to get into and all kinds of things. So that is not bundled in as an option. I sort of wish the devs would bundle it in as an option. I think it'd be very cool, but yeah. Guild Wars 1 also had a lot more text languages. A lot more text languages. Including even a joke text language that was called Bjork, Bjork, Bjork. And it was English written with like a, what is it, like a Scandinavian accent kind of thing? It was interesting. They didn't sort of have the time to do that with Guild Wars 2 though, I guess. Oh yeah, I remember doing this quite recently. We don't actually go through the gate. We enter the instance from Divinity's Reach first. Yeah, the Swedish chest. There you go. What did I mess up? What did I mess up? I don't see anything I've messed up. I've just realised I have dodge bound. And I've just realised I have healing bound, which is really scary, actually. Oh, I messed up the gate. Oh. Okay. Alright, that's fine. It was based off the Swedish chef, the Muppets character. There you go, yeah. So we're going to secure the forges. I'm quite looking forward to this. Well, actually, we didn't really get much stronger there, did we? We wasted points on a trait we're not going to care about. And then, what did we do? We bought Shadow Refuge and Thieves Guild. Do you know what? I'm gonna stay smokescreen. No, I'm gonna use Shadow Refuge. The idea being I can weapon swap to short bow, create a gap, and then SR in it. It's probably better than trying to blast in a smokescreen. If I know the projectiles are coming, I'll break and I'll swap to the smoke field on demand. But the default, I think, should be. There you go. And the other nice thing about the Venoms is they can finish off my target when I want to not unload again. Because I'm afraid I won't get my initiative back. I'm going to go for this one. Yeah, we got it. SR is the best. Yeah, SR is pretty good. I guess I'll just Thieves Guild off cooldown as well, right? Oh, no, I'll save it for a boss. I'll save it for a boss. So, here's a question. If every bullet hits, even if they're on separate targets, like that, did I get my initiative back there or did I miss a shot? Also, imagine this anvil is an enemy, and imagine this this weaving station is an enemy, right? If I'm unloading over here and they die, and I click to an enemy over here in the middle of the animation, will bullets fly in the middle as the character turns, or will it be, you know, 5 over here, 3 over here? Will there be middle ground bullets that miss? Like, does the... here, we can actually practice. Here we go. So, ready? No, there's no middle ground bullets. That was cool, wasn't it? That was cool. That was... I should put tab targeted on. That was kind of hilarious. I think bullets do fly in the middle. That's how it works with Elementalist Lightning Beam, at least, visually. Yeah, there's an option to do this. There's an option, a combat option that is allow skill retargeting, and that does that. It's particularly useful in certain specs. Pew Pew Ranger with his longbow can enjoy that as well. And I guess there was no middle ground there. So we ran out quite quickly on that one. I'm not quite sure why. No. So I can put my Venoms on my Thieves Guild, by the way. I know that one should work, even if I can't do it on the Ebon Vanguard Archers and stuff. This is actually... See, this is something I don't like about the personal story. This is actually a huge story beat. This is extremely important. This is like really, really, really big deal. You know, they had novels talking about Ebon Hawk. They had heaps of information and detailing of the world building and the setting of Ebon Hawk and its defiance against the Char and how it stands there. And then, and literally they start the Vigil story without any actual attention or credit paid to how significant of a moment for Tyria this is. Ebon Hawk is under attack and the Char have breached the walls of Ebon Hawk. This as a story beat, this is like the climactic conclusion to like a huge arc. Like, it really is. And they just sort of throw this shit in here. Just like, oh, it'll be fine. Let's have the Char attack. Ah! It's like, oh. They haven't earned this. They don't earn... So little of the personal story earns what it aims to do. And it's actually really frustrating to see this. Here we go. So this is the boss. So we may as well... Thieves Guild. Venom them up. We get 3 of them. He's swinging at me. Oh! Hello. It's alright, because we do insane damage. Wow. Damage taken. Eviscerate. 3,339 damage. My golly good goodness. That's alright, because we had our own form of eviscerate there. Alright, that's a wake-up call for me to stay the hell away from some of these guys. Wow. By the way, can you use the desert gate? No, you can't. There is lore about it, though. When you're in the Crystal Desert, you can get to the... There's like a high road behind that gate that they've revealed to us. Like a long road. It runs alongside like a stream, and it's like an ancient road that has all these old, you know, architecture on it. But it's fallen into disuse, and it's broken, and it's disbanded. So when you get to the desert, when you get up... it just took me off the map because of the cutscene. When you get to like up here, you can actually find the other side of the road, but it's all broken and stuff. And there are people working on it, fixing it. So in theory, the next Living World season might add a map there or something. And that would be a really exciting map, by the way, because this southern area of Ascalon and the old, you know, grassy areas and stuff, and even what they have now represented here, we've never been to ever in Guild Wars 2. Never. It's impossible to visit. So the idea of that is like really thrilling to me, because it's not just retreading old grounds, and then maybe it would give us the full road and stuff. I think that would be brilliant. Be really excited to see it. Yeah, and they add a little bit of dialogue to players of Path of Fire at the gate. So it's like a blank slate that the devs can play with and have fun with. All right. Let's progress on with the vigil. This has been really easy so far. Nothing like the Norn and the Char stuff that we've been doing recently. Nothing at all. It's possible we may hop off the Isles by the 3rd episode. Well, I think episode 2 could be Isna Isles. Episode 2 could be Corner. There's like lots of like familiar Nightfall areas that they could potentially take us to. I think there's a lot of different versions of this that I am excited by. Beautiful art. Mwah, one of the best. There's lots of different things. I would be kind of excited if we, you know, the next 7 episodes take us all around different places, and it finally ends in Corner, and it ends at Gandara or something. I think that would be amazing. I'd be excited to go there immediately, though, and just quickly get through all the Alolan regions again. You know, there's little they could do that would actually upset me right now. We understand what they're going for. We understand the format, and it's brilliant, really. I'm really struggling with those to know what I want. Just gonna keep backpedaling. What we're doing right now is what Lara Croft used to do in Generation 1 Tomb Raider against the T-Rex in the Lost Valley. You literally just unload your pistols, your dual-wielding pistols, shoot, 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 while hopping backwards until it dies. That was like the strat. And that's exactly what we're doing here against anyone who walks towards us. I missed that one, that was silly. Oh, oh, hello. Back attack. What is, what's the stealth ability on Pistol 1? What is that? Sneak attack. Oh, it's just 5 bleed, is it? See, that's weird as well. What? That? Why? Why is that a combi strike? So odd. Alright. Yeah, I think Smokescreen would be better. Because it lets me keep pressuring. The Shadow Refuge option is like a full reset. I don't want a full reset. I just want to stop getting hit. So I think I'll run Smokescreen, actually. I think a little bit, just a tiny moment of using this stuff has taught me. Alright, boss. Oh, I venomed before the elite. Silly of me. When we're out of initiative... Oh, no, he's already dead. Okay, Forgle. Right, boom. We're done. Oh, it's 5 shots, is it? Oh, I see. It's 5 packets of damage. Oh, I didn't realize that. Okay. Oh my god, a hardwood shortbow skin that I've never unlocked before. Wow. Hardwood shortbow. Alright, fine. More level appropriate, more vitality, more. Generally, it's a good option. Alright, meet him on the road to Summit Peak. So the premise for leveling this thief is no dodge, no heal, well, no armor, no consumables, no assistance from other players, no over-leveling the story. There's a lot of rules. Just because those are the 2 that have struck you doesn't mean they're the only ones that exist. And no armor is probably more important than no heal at the moment for this character, because this has been extremely powerful. Don't rush ahead of the woman. Oh, yeah, I remember. Yeah, good point. Thank you, chat. You just saved us a lot of time there. This isn't her, right? It's not these guys. I'm guessing that the fight that she walks on the mini-map, I'm guessing it's like this. Our elite is still on cooldown. There we go. This is what I want. This is nice. These guys didn't aggro for some reason, and I'm very happy for that. What? That's totally 900 range. Out of range. My foot. You know, the other thing I suppose I could do is not initiative friendly at all, but I can black powder unload. And they'll be blinded like a ton of times. There you go. See, now his next shot, he's blind again. He got 0 damage on us without even needing a utility. So that's kind of cool. Right. He's a veteran. There's actually 2 veterans. Bit scared. Go on, Forgel. Forgel's pulling a Cormier here. I'm gonna fight these in the black oh god, they interrupted the animation. That's really lame. Because they're blind. Alright, that's 1 dead. Venom's back. Oh no, he is fighting. Forgel, what the hell, man? Maybe his AI is only set to start fighting once I take damage. I think you need to go back down the road to find her. Char Farmer. 1 more Char Renegade there. Oh, she's over there, yeah. Okay. Alright, come on, lady. I think those fights were still worthwhile, though, because she's going to want us to... Why wouldn't they just give us the dynamic event UI there, you know? I remember going out of range on longbow DH from point blank. Colosseum's really annoying with some of the line of sighting and stuff. I'll tell you what, the path grid. I'll tell you what, you know that ambush skill I showed off last stream on Mesmer and how cool it is? The more you play with it, the more you will hate it. And this might be why it's not recommended that much, because the devs haven't... It's a 1200 teleport that then puts you around the target. But, so like the axe ambush. But here's the thing. The axe ambush... When you get teleported around your target, you're really close. You're about this range away. You know, what is that, like 50? On the utility, it puts you like 300 radius away or something. And because of that, quite often, you're not even close enough to land your next attack, like your sword ambush or whatever that comes out of it. It's really bad. And even worse, because you're so far away, the path grid acts really messed up sometimes. Really messed up. On a map like Spirit Watch, because I'm obviously playing on rank because it's off-season, on a map like Spirit Watch, it's really bad. But even Colosseum, which is just flat, everywhere's flat, it throws you into the oddest, most random places. On Legacy, you can't guarantee, if someone's like up on the ledge on the side of the node, you can't guarantee that you can use the ambush to also get up there with them. Because if the RNG determines that you are still on the downside of the cliff, it will just teleport you to the base of the cliff and it won't do anything. It's really annoying as a skill. It should like respect vertical height or something and then RNG based off of that. I don't know. But I'm still trying to make it work because when it does work, it's really good. But maybe like 25% of all the usage of it is just useless. It's just not good enough. It is another dodge roll. It is a defensive cooldown. It is, you know, the repositioning is nice. The ambush potential is nice, but it's... I think there's like a whole other layer of skill cap to it just to work around its wonkiness that I'm not sure many people would want to spend the time investing in because it's just annoying. It's fun to listen to your DD guildmate on voice chat every time he has PvPs. What, a dagger thief? That's some 2012 stuff right there. Oh, we just had a sub. Thanks so much, man. This has been such a quiet stream. Such a quiet stream. Thank you, Nature Death. Thank you very much. Welcome, 9 months. It's good to see you, dude. I hope you're having a good morning, and thank you very much for that. I should do some tourneys with the stream. I don't have any tourney groups, though. The only time I've ever tourneyed is just random invites from people. All right, are we going to defend, or are we going to attack? Defend or attack with the code 72. Defend or attack, defend or attack, defend or attack. It's up to you guys. Thank you very much for that sub. Thank you. And just a reminder to anyone else who might have Amazon Prime. You can feel free to get emotes and fun little things from the stream there. 72 attack. Alright, 72 attack is definitely the main one. Oh, there you go, like Dallo93. Dude, thank you. So that's free. If you guys have Amazon Prime, that's free to do. And it puts some pennies in my pocket and it helps you out in some little ways. It gives you a cool badge and stuff. Thank you, Dallo93. Welcome to the Spud Club, man. You got an eye for fine potatoes. Thank you very much. Alright, so there we go. Let's take these guys out. Instead of the 50 health, I think we'll actually go the precision. We can't equip that yet because it's a level 35 thing, and we only have level 30 gear right now. But I think I'll do it that way. All right, let's go up here. Dosty, I appreciate the request or whatever, but if I was actually going to play with a team, it would probably be a pretty big time sink or whatever. I don't know. Plus, I'm a bit of a ragey asshole. You've never done it? Well, listen, if you've never done it, you don't have to rely on me. People LFG it every time a tourney comes up. Every time a daily tourney comes up, if you're in Heart of the Mists, people LFG it. And, I mean, the groups won't necessarily go too far, but if you have a look at the tournament rewards, just so that people understand, even if you come in like 5th to 8th, which means winning 1 game, you get 10 gold. For the price of 1 game, they will pay you 10 gold for 1 game, plus a coin. And 15 if you win another. It's really good. So there's a good reason why people pug it. All the brackets fill in. It's nice. Stupid question, I know, but how do I know when my monthly sub runs out? I'm not actually sure. You're not playing with pugs, too bad. Well, even if you start a team, you asking to play with me, that's pugging, man. That's a pickup group. You don't know me. We don't play together. We you know, we don't have ironed out one another's play styles and stuff. It all starts there, really. So before you've got a team, everyone's a pug, really, if you think about it. The difference is whether you consistently play together and learn a bit more. What are these? What are these red rings for? I'm a bit concerned about those. Let's shadow shot past them. Ow! Please tell me that they can get obstructed. This is bad. Ugh. Oh, God. Need to leave. 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 Oh, no. They're running in. They're running in. They're running in. Go, 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 go. They're taking the mortar shots deeper. Oh, my good. No. PP. Not that. Oh. We need to get out there and get those cannons. Please tell me they have a minimum range. I think they do. Oh, we used our skill 3. That was on the short bow, which pushed us back into the mines. Did he get it? Did they get the venoms? It looks like they are getting the venoms, yeah. That looks like we've got a full 5 venoms there, which is brilliant. Fuck. Can we flank them? Can they turn all the way around? I think we can flank them. We can't flank them. Shoot them and get them off the more. There we go. Okay, so they get hit, they get off of them, and then they can't do anything anymore. Oh, I accidentally stole there without a target. Why does that go off when you have no traits? You should cancel cast if you have no traits, shouldn't it? With an untargeted cast. Yeah, Almora's got a really interesting life. She's a cool character. So if I do that... Oh no, and we got obstructed. If I do that... Will they get off immediately? Yeah, they will. Alright, here's Ajax. I'm going to try and get into a position where I can venom everyone at once. There we go, like that. We'll burn down Ajax first. Oh no, last, sorry. I thought Ajax was the one next to me. Blind him. Use this 5-shot ambush. Because it's free for initiative. And it's sort of like a mini unload. Good instance. That was a really cool instance. I wish more were like that. That was really good. No armor. How do you do that? You just unequip it. Oh, did you mean something else? Alright, up to the Vigil Keep now. It's gonna be a lot of weird zigzagging and YOLOing around on the Thief. Oh, sorry, are you asking practically how it's even possible to beat the game with no armor? It's because there's a lot of other things to do. You know, not everyone's a melee build that can't do anything but that. You know, blinds exist. Aegis exists. Protection exists. Traits that give you damage % reduction exists. All of these things allow you to, with very active and careful play and good build craft, allow you to get through the challenge, even though you're extremely squishy. Guild Wars is actually... I want to use the word notorious, but it's not because most people don't realize it. Hence why I even have to explain this in chat here in 2018. But Guild Wars is actually a game that's rife with that. If you look at the old dungeon meta, the old way that dungeons were played, people ran only the glassiest, most aggressive, strongest damage stat sets and nothing else. They didn't run healers. They didn't run any hybrid sets. They didn't do any of that stuff because how squishy you are didn't really matter when so much active mitigation was in the game. You know, if you block an attack, you turn... It could be a 20,000 damage attack. If you block it, it still goes to 0. You know, if you blind an attack, it still goes to 0. If you evade an attack, it still goes to 0. And everyone has double evades all the time in this game because of the dodge roll function. So, you know, all of these things. Guild Wars is not a notorious game for it because a lot of people still don't realize that that's what's going on under the hood. But that's why the dungeon meta is what it is. It wasn't so much a consequence of the devs trying to break the Trinity as it was they added too much active mitigation to the game. And so that's why raids have these things that aren't mitigatable to actually bring an actual bit of gameplay and variety. I sometimes hear people say, oh, it's so stupid having a one-shot you can't avoid. No, like, that's lunacy. That's, like, such an idiotic comment. Like, such a base, dumb misunderstanding of how the game needs to function, to have something interesting about it. Because otherwise you just end up with what happened with dungeons, basically. So there you go. Oh, Nature Death! Dudes! Thank you. You even gave a donation after that sub earlier. In these days, one must hold together, Teo Horse. Thank you, dude. That's so lovely of you. Hold on, let me get the waypoint here so that we don't have these long walks. Sorry, mate, but I was just confused and I forgot you were wearing an outfit. That's why I was wondering about no armor. Oh, dudes, that's hilarious. Thank you, man. Okay, I understand. Right, yes, I'm wearing an outfit which doesn't actually count as armor. It's just a cosmetic thing. Ah, yeah, there you go. All right, I'll retract that entire rant since nobody was even asking or cared, probably. There you go. All right, yeah, it was just an outfit. And I mean, yeah, I don't discredit it. The devs are right to care about active mitigation. That Twitch gameplay is fun gameplay, is intense gameplay, but, you know, there's a balance to hit, and they were way off that balance. Still, in many respects, I think are well off that balance. But yeah. All right, so we pick a lesser race here. We've seen the Skrit on the challenge. We've seen the Quaggan on the challenge. The Hylic are really kind of scary because of their ranged attacks. But we haven't seen recently, and they're in Blood Tide. I will let you guys vote between Skrit and Hylic. I can't be bothered to do Quaggan, and it's got that underwater stuff. So, Skrit or Hylic, it's up to you guys with the code 40. First person to tell me with the number 40 in the same message, they get it. So, Hylic. Looks like we're doing Hylic. I choose to help the Hylic. So boom, there we go. And that's that chapter done. Our introduction to the Vigil. That was also really quick. This has been a fast character. This character's only 2 hours old, guys, and we're at the level 50 story in 2 hours. This has been a very fast route through the story. Really nice, actually. Well, I mean, we're getting very close to 3 hours, to be fair. But wow. That story step gave us sweet FA, by the way. For gear and stuff. That chapter gives you, like, nothing. Alright, so, but there we go. So that's all gravy. And I guess what that means now is... one more time. We get our next specialization. So... we get to slot another one down here. We're going to get stronger again. What are the choices we're looking at? Acrobatics might be really nice because of this. Assassin's Reward. Otherwise, it's probably a bit of a meh line because it's dodgy-based stuff and we can't dodge. Not evade-based stuff. I mean, some of it's evade-based, but, you know. So we got that. Trickery is a great line because of quick pockets. Because of lead attack, 15% more damage. Because we'll get more initiative, which means more unloads before we run out in the first place. On preparedness, as you can see down there. It's pretty nice. Lesser, I mean, it's so nice. If we attack someone from behind on the side, we get fury, quickness. I mean, this is really good. Shadow Arts has got some benefit, I guess, probably somewhere. Shadow's rejuvenation for when we get freak out. Might be the better as a third line rather than a second. We probably want to load damage early. And even Deadly Arts is pretty good. Executioner. There's lots of stuff here. We're running some Venoms. Might even want to run some of that stuff. So there's lots of good choice here. They're all pretty solid. It's up to you. So again, the first person in chat to tell me which we run can go for it. So the code is... and I'll give you time. You can press F5. You can refresh your stream now to reduce delay. And I'll give you a second for that. Yeah, I'm not doing a skill vote. I don't care about skills right now. I want spec to. So, yeah. The code is... 84. Ah, je suis la fleur et la fleur. I don't know what he said. Trickery, 84. Trickery it is, from Peg86 there, and I am reading that correctly. Next was Gribble Girl. Next was Glitchess, who went Deadly Arts. Alright, Trickery. So yeah, everybody went Trickery. Everybody wants to see the good damage and stuff. So I will run Quick Pockets. We don't have to dig any deeper than that. Sleight of Hands I don't care about. Bewildering Ambush I don't care about. Quick Pockets. So on weapon swap, we get initiative. So I could go pretty YOLO and turn the short bow off. But I don't think I'm going to. One thing that I haven't thought about until now that could have dicked me over is if I'm fighting someone. Yeah, and we're unloading. Now let's say I get one shot. If I swap to my short bow, I don't have the initiative for Infiltrator's Arrow for ages. But with quick pockets, when I make the swap, I gain 3 initiative, and that actually helps me get my Infiltrator's Arrow. So we are gaining the benefit of quick pockets here. And then if, you know, if maybe I find myself back here after kiting for a bit, I've got them chilled or something, I don't know. When I swap back to the pistol, it will obviously be worthwhile. It's not the same play style as perma swapping, such as if we had, you know, it like that, but I think that's fine. So quick pockets. Torment people I interrupt, I don't care about. Take enemies' boons, there's barely going to be any. Tricks gain reduced recharge. I'm not running any tricks. Bit naff this here, really. I guess I'll go Bountiful Theft just in case. Just in case. So what, like an Eye of Zaitan puts retail on or something, I don't know. And then over here we've got Lesser Haste. Oh no, but then there's Thrill of the Crime as well. We did actually resolve to do Thrill of the Crime before, but I think I'm so squishy now. I'm getting hit so hard now. I think I will run Lesser Haste, and we'll just leave it at that. The quickness is nice too. And that procs no quarter and stuff, so I think that's all alright. So yeah, we're pretty saucy right now. Do we have any leftover points? We've got 19 leftover points. Which we could use to just pick up a regular haste. That's a stun break too. We still don't have a stun break. I would almost rather have a haste than Thieves Guild. Seriously. But I mean, we're doing Vigil story. Well, we're doing Hylix story next. And that's lots of allies with us. Forgrill will continue to be with us. So I don't know what slot I'd even run that in. I might save it then. Going for the Merciless weapon skins, maybe as a reward for a second run. Merciless weapon skins? What are the Merciless weapon skins? Is that a Black Lion set? Acrobatics is more useful because it allows you to cleanse if you have health. Cleanse what? We're in personal story. There's barely anything to cleanse. And through what? Where's the cleanse thing on acrobatics? Remove condies when striking an enemy when my health is above the threshold. Holy crap! I mean, yes, there's no condies really, so we don't care about this, but that's super strong, man. Wow. On a 1 second ICD, so every second I rip a condi as long as I'm above 75% of my health. Wow. But again, there's no condies, so we don't actually have to be scared. I would go Assassin's Reward, and I would go... I don't know. Maybe I wouldn't even take that. Maybe Shadow Arts is better. Or Deadly. Just go Complete Glass. That's not for a while, though. That will be... we only get that in the final chapter of the game. The 3rd Specialization. It's the final chapter. And it's a really long chapter, so that's nice, but, yeah. It's only by the time we get to Victory or Death that's available. And yeah, so we'll be going on to the Hylix. I'm going to leave the stream there, though, for today, guys. We've actually been going an hour over the normal length, plus the little mini bit that I did before. About 3 hours old the character is now, I think, and going really strong, really steady. We're level 50, 3 hours into the run, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. I think we're going to be extremely powerful next time, too. Still very glassy. This is kind of a lot like what the Guardian was. The Guardian was hitting hard and fast, but was actually quite squishy and had a lot of active mitigation. We have basically no active mitigation. Back attacks are going to be really dangerous. When this thief dies, it will be over in an instant. But for now, I'm feeling pretty confident. I am scared of the Hylix, though. Blowgun Hylix are some of the scariest things that you'll see in Guild Wars 2. And, well, we've got quite a few of them coming up. So thanks very much. We had a couple of donations. Nature Def, thank you so much for that donation. I really appreciate that. Thanks for the little host there as well. Bro Code a minute ago hosted me with 4 people, but I'm about to log out, so sorry on that one there. We had a couple of subs. Thank you to that, guys. Very quiet stream. I get it. It's a weird time of day, and I don't have many YouTube videos going out, so I'm sort of becoming a nobody at the moment. But I'm having fun, and it's been really cool to have the chat. So thanks to everybody who's really been active in there. And yeah, I would agree, Mark. I think all the thief specs are cool if they're used properly. I'm going to check the start of the stream and make the changes you wanted after I'm back from work. Okay, dude, cool. If you can find some other art for another splash on the small allowances, I think that would be very, very cool. But yeah, man, it's beautiful. And I'll get my gems for you probably. So I've got a busy day. Tomorrow, hopefully, I'll get you and everyone else who submit slides their gems as well. Yeah, I know, right? Who is that? All right, well, thanks, guys. Hope you enjoyed. And I'll see you shortly. Hopefully Sunday? Hopefully. We'll see.